the ceiling.
Nice. So Mr. Handyman over there.
Mr. Handyman, yeah. Yeah, I like my my computer and everything wired instead of Wi-Fi shit, you know?
So it's directly plugged in.
It's directly plugged in.
So there's
Yeah.
no BS. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it works better. It's like steady and working all the time. So yeah, man.
So
So
how's the
good.
weekend? How's the weekend been going for you, dude?
Pretty good, pretty good. I've been working a lot because we had a crisis kid coming in the place where I work. So I've been working like 3 weekends in a row and the weeks in between. So with only the Fridays off. So and now I have 3 days off. So that's kind of cool.
Now, when you say a crisis kid, like what does that look like exactly?
That means that a kid is placed outside of his home, away with his parents, to live in an institution all of a sudden. And so he comes in like crisis, like all of a sudden, boom. Yeah.
Mm.
Which is a big transition, of course, for them from, most of the times a home situation with a lot of violence, neglect, drug abuse, sexual abuse, all that kind of stuff combination sometimes, you know.
Do
So,
any of the kids seem to relate to you? Because are you able to wear band shirts there or no?
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
do you literally just go up there in a Christian shirt and like
yeah.
that's just like so like okay. With that being said, you got the long hair and the tattoos and shit. Metal guy. Do you ever get sometimes that the kids relate to you better because of who you are?
Maybe, maybe. I mean, the whole trick of working with these kids is not to start working out of your school book with a so-called professional attitude, blah 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 blah, because they don't want that at the time. At the position where they're at that time of their lives, and with struggling and traumatized in defense mode, in survival mode, actually.
Mhm.
You really, if you want to form a bond, you really got to be yourself 100%.
Yeah,
And the cool stuff is, what they can relate to is that, I'm not the average 48-year-old guy that they would meet, who studied this kind of stuff.
yeah,
But I actually done some crazy stuff, and yes, I have tattoos and I play in a band and everything, but I don't go out and steal shit or kill
yeah.
people or whatever.
Right, right.
Yeah.
How do your
So,
what do your coworkers think of you, like in general? Like,
oh, I get along fine with all my coworkers. Yeah, we have a great team, but it's
yeah, but
really
they like
diverse. It's a really diverse
are
team.
you? But are you consider the guy? Yeah, he's into that crazy stuff. Like when I worked in the normal environment, yeah, even the people I got along with, like, oh yeah, it's just Justin. He likes that crazy shit.
Yeah, that's always been the case. But when I was working in logistics more in the warehouses, people are way more conservative over there than the job I have right now working in mental health care. You know,
Okay.
a lot of open-minded people over there. So yeah, there's actually one guy, and he likes metal too. To ascend, he has an ACDC tattoo and all that kind of stuff. He's more of a biker, and he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I like loud music, but that kind of crazy shit you do with all the
Yeah,
grunting and that stuff I can't make sense of. That's just
yeah,
crazy. You're worshiping Satan. You guys are just a bunch of nutcases. But he laughs about, he knows how
yeah,
it's going. He makes a joke about it. That's it. It's not
yeah,
the dumb comments, that came from people back in the day when I was working at a warehouse.
yeah.
That's where you
Sure,
really
sure.
get the dumb fucking comments like, these guys are really serious. This guy's just joking, joking around. But they're really open minded, and yeah, we get along great. I mean, I
Mm.
have a fantastic job, so not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we get to the stuff that you're showing stuff, I told you in text. Yeah, I guess because I don't manage my own Instagram, just because I'm not even on Instagram. But I got sent the message. Yeah, Chris Barnes commented, responded to me on Instagram. Uh,
Mhm.
Basically, he's pissing and whining because one of my fans, like presumably, got his phone number and was like leaving him messages and harassing him and stuff. So yeah, you can forget getting an interview now, bro, or something like that. I'm like, Well, right, I didn't respond. The guy, the guy does my Instagram, which everyone I don't like to shout it out because he's like I did once, and so it's easy to figure out who did it, who does it. But he's like, yeah, just don't bring it up because I don't want a bunch of idiots fucking contacting me. I was like, yeah, no problem. So I won't say who it is, but if you're a long time watcher, you should kind of know because I have said it once.
Mhm.
He's laughing his ass off. I was like, well, number one, I figured you weren't doing the interview, dude. You ducked my ass 2 to 3 goddamn times. Yeah, technically 3. So I already assumed that's a goddamn no go. And second of all, what does fuck if one of my nut job goddamn fucking fans have to do with me? Like I didn't tell him to do that. I don't have your phone number. Like that's
Mhm.
like why would you blame me for that? I didn't tell him to go out and do that. I don't have Barnes' phone number, so I have no idea. I didn't tell him to do that. And not to mention, I was like, dude, look at half my fan base. It's literally kids. So it's
Yeah.
like, and here's the thing, some of them have gotten my phone number and they send me stupid shit. Here's an idea, Barnes, Grandpa. There's this thing called block caller. You just block them.
Yeah.
That's what I do. My favorite button is the block button. You just block them. Like what do you like? It's not like they came to your house and they burned crosses on your fucking front lawn or some shit. Like what are you
Yeah.
talking about? This is like the stupidest shit I've ever heard that he's reacting like that, but nonetheless kind of funny. So if nothing else, hey, he at least knows who I am and remember who I am now. So, what's your
You
take
know,
on that? Like, that's
well,
his reason that
yeah, you
literally one
told
of my
me
fans got his phone number and he's pissed about that. What's your take on that?
yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid. I mean, you don't have anything to do with that. I mean, it's one of your viewers who starts harassing him. I mean, kind of hard to blame you for that. But what I thought was funny because you told me the story, and I don't follow Chris Barnes on Instagram.
Same.
So, uh, but I looked him up and I saw 3 profiles, and then I figured, I picked the right one. And then there
Right?
was this link to Vimeo, whatever the fuck that is, some kind of video service online platform, whatever. But hold
Oh,
on, this is funny. You know what you can do? I
what?
clicked on it, and you can have Chris Barnes make a personal birthday message for you for
Oh, I have
68
heard about that.
fucking
I have heard
dollars.
that.
Man, I was just laughing about that for like 20 minutes straight, man. That's my
Yeah.
take on
You know, it's funny
it.
because that crossed my mind too. It's like, is I thought it was strange, like, because I did offer him money for the interview.
Yeah.
Um, if that's what it take. But he said, yeah, no, I wouldn't charge. But I'm like, well, this case, like, should I just buy it then? Because yeah, sells his cameos and does stuff. Like you said, the birthday thing. I think he has a package, or if you want like a 30-minute video with him, it's like $100 or whatever it is. Like nothing crazy, but whatever. He's selling a shit, right? I'm like, well, fuck. I'll just go. Should I just go on your thing and buy your shit? Like, are you not gonna not talk to me now? Like, if I pay for it, like it's like weird. Like, so you're basically willing to do videos for money, which whatever. I don't care. That's fine. I'll buy a package. Let's do a fucking video. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, it amazed me. I mean, we talked about the paid meet and greets the other day, and then the first thing I see is you can get a happy. I'm still laughing about a happy birthday message from Chris Barnes, and I clicked that one, because you can actually watch him,
Yeah.
and then it's like, hey Peter, this is Chris Barnes, or meet Chris Barnes. It's just too fucking funny, man. Well,
So
he's
what is that?
making.
You being obviously a major Cannibal fan yourself too. What does that do for you? Nothing. You care. You don't care. You just like what does that do for you? Because like
I
some
don't
people bring up
mind,
this.
man.
What's
I
that?
still, hey, to give you an answer in a different way. I also still play my old Pestilence albums. I'm still able to do that too,
Mhm.
despite all the weird stuff that Patrick Mameli has been spreading online. I mean,
Oh, I don't
same
even know
goes
about
for
that.
Barnes. I mean, the first, what is it, 4 Cannibals that he was on are classics. They're great fucking albums. And recently, it was actually a few years since I've played Eaten Back to Life,
Hmm.
and I played it here on the stereo, just a CD loud, and man, it's still, up until this day, sounds fucking amazing.
You
And
know,
I
it's
think
funny you say
Barnes,
that because I listen to them all. Not, I mean, at least probably once a year. I'd say at least all of them. And every time in my adult years, as I go back, I'm almost on the fence as to like Eating Back to Life might be my favorite one. I always say Tune the Mutilated, But
Yeah.
yeah, Eating Back, the songs are so good, and just his
Yeah.
vocal style too. It sounds like nobody else today.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And in my memory, on Eaten Back to Life, his vocals sounded a bit higher, but that's I think because I got so used to listening to Tomb of the Mutilated all the time, that in my memory somewhere or in my, and then I listened back, I said, dude, this is pretty fucking sick and low as well. But
Yeah,
it took some years for me to really realize it because it's not even going back to those years in the beginning when we checked all these things out for the first time. You would check out something brilliant every fucking week.
yeah,
I mean, that's actually way too much for a brain to comprehend. All the creativity that's going in. It's still taking me time. For records to settle and to take their place in history and to revisit. And sometimes, when I didn't like something back in the day, I still don't like it. But there's also stuff that I started to appreciate later. And it's pretty funny because in the stack of albums that I got laying here, there's a few that I haven't played in years,
yeah,
and I was actually like, I don't even know how this sounds.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
completely
I know stuff like that.
forgotten how the
Yeah,
band.
100%. Yeah.
And I've heard a bunch of really good ones, man.
So
so
you just see, I try to do that from time to time. Like if I'm looking for something to listen to for my personal collection, I'm like, what's something on my shelf that I don't know how it goes. Like I can't I don't know it, but I own it. It's like that's what I should
yeah,
put on.
yeah, and there's still a lot of stuff in between because I now I went in alphabetic order up until the I. Yeah, inverted is the last one that I have there,
Oh,
and
perfect.
yeah, I think it's the first one. There can be only one. Yeah,
That's the
good
second
album.
album. The
Oh,
first
that's the
album,
second one.
yeah, the second out, the first album, Shadowland. Yeah, we're putting that out on vinyl.
Ah,
We're
nice.
supposed to, and we're repressing it on CD. Um, the only thing with that is that's funny because I actually just emailed the layout department about it yesterday. Is long fucking story short is, dude, is like I was in contact with the guys and agreed with us putting us out. This like goes back over a year, maybe going on 2 years. I wanted additional photos because the CD is really slim pickings, which I have. There's no lyrics, everything, and I forget which guy found photos from that era that aren't on the album. Like, oh hell yeah, it's perfect. But he took a picture of them on his phone. Like, will these
Hmm.
photos work? I'm like, obviously they'll work, bro. They're old photos that are on there. Fuck yeah. It's like, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go over the other guy's house and scan them in. Dude, this is like 6 months ago, and I've emailed them multiple times since. Hell, I even emailed them when I was talking about doing my fest in the Netherlands. I
Hmm.
asked Inverted if they'd be up for playing. It's during this time, like even slightly before that, I emailed them back about the photos, scanned them in. They literally don't reply to me. I'm like, are they the dead or in jail status? Keep in mind, there's no beef, there's no nothing. Like they would reply always within 48 hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think we got some dead or in jail action going on. I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like what else? Because even like
Problem.
you can make the argument, like I make the argument, well, maybe my emails aren't going through. Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, he said he was going to scan them in. Don't you think he would email me on his own, like, "Hey, bro, sorry for the delay. Here they are," or "Hey,
Yeah.
bro, where's that release? How's it coming along? I'm waiting on you, Holmes." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe someone in the band didn't agree on something. I don't know. Could be.
Dude, the funny thing is I was talking to like three of them because the singer on that album is dead.
Hmm.
Um, so they were all. What's funny about that is his name's Joel. He was in also the band Nomenon from Sweden. I don't know if you're
Uh,
familiar with.
yeah, I've heard of it.
And dude, that it's funny. He when I talked about Inverted and us putting it out and stuff, and he's all stoked about it. I always knew him from Nomenon. I met him at 18 years old at my parents' house. He came out here for I forget what, and he was with Dwayne Morris. Dwayne Morris was in From the Depths, Decrepit, a bunch of local bands here. He's anyone that knows Cleveland metal knows the guy. Dwayne brought him over to our parents' house. Hey, this is Joel from Nomenon, right? He's on Inverted, the Shadowland, and he sent me a photo. I was like, oh yeah, remember this? I was like, because I totally remember meeting him. I had my photo, like photos that he took. He sent me a picture of we're in our kitchen. It's me, him, and Dwayne, and maybe my brothers are in too. And I'm wearing a Merciful Fate Nuns Have No Fun shirt. This is in 2003.
Mm.
And he sends me a photo. I was like, holy fuck. And I didn't even realize he's on that record. And you know.
Yeah. Small
Uh,
world.
Totally small world, yeah. So it's like little things like that. It's like it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I picked like what is it now? Almost 40 CDs, and not like every gem or every old stuff, obvious stuff, just some stuff where I think like, okay, the youngsters that watch this channel might not know about this, or might find it worth checking out, or I might have a cool story to tell about it. So
Okay.
yeah, I got them in alphabetic order. Well, this is actually a band. This is a brilliant release. Oh, can you see it?
Yeah.
Abominator.
Abominator from that's the fucking band from Australia?
Yeah, Damnation's Prophecy. I think they're
Yeah, dude,
gonna do a new one.
dude, we're putting out the new album.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I saw.
It's on pre-order now.
Yeah, and yeah, this is the. I think this is the first one. And
Got a
let me
different
see.
cover. That's why, because actually, I don't own that one with that cover. That's an alternative color. There's a different pressing with a different cover.
Yeah, this is from distributed by Rough Trade. It's from the Necropolis Records.
Yeah, original pressing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
yeah.
did you re-listen to that? Like
Oh yeah, I know this one. I actually, when you put out the first song of that new album that you're gonna put out, that's when I revisited this one. And
okay.
because I knew I was like, hey, I recognize the logo. I was like, hey man, I have that CD. And and then I put it on, and I remember listening to this. This was like late 90s, I think. 98, 99, somewhere
Yeah, yeah,
around there.
around there. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, it's from the time when right after, or right in the middle, when we were doing Centurion and Severe Torture, the early years, when it was just picking up everything that sounded brutal, sick, or that had that extra notch of brutality in it.
Now,
And
does it
another one,
did it hold up, like when you re-listened to it a couple weeks ago or whatever? Did it hold up to when you from what you remember? Because you know how some albums don't hold up, some are better, some are worse when you revisit them.
it's all right. I think it's all right. It's not the best stuff from Australia that I've heard. Yeah, it's all right. It's
Yeah,
a good listen every now and then, you know.
yeah, yeah. Sure.
But another one from Australia that was right next to it with the letter A is this one, a Bramelin.
Oh yeah, I remember that band. I don't know anything by them, but I remember them. Yeah.
Sick band, man. They're really good. And I think this is a self-titled, and it's the only one I have. But I know they have a new one because I heard they reformed.
Now, what year does this? What year did that roughly come out?
This is from, it should be late 90s also. My guess is 98 or 99,
Okay.
but I can't see it.
What label put that out? Was that like Osmos or something?
No, Thrust and Shock Records.
Oh shit! That doesn't even ring a bell. They're probably long gone.
I think it's Shock Records has an address in Australia, so it's an Australian label.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's as original as it comes.
Now, CDs like that, the Abominator and Bramelin, at the time when you bought them, you over there in Holland, where were you buying them at? Were you buying them at local record stores? Were you buying them on the road when bands are touring? Where did you like? Where would have been an? I mean, I don't expect you to remember where you bought every piece because I don't either. But
Yeah.
in general, around that time, where were you picking up most of your stuff like that?
There was a record. There's a few record stores that were in a nearby city here that had a lot of new albums, but also a lot of secondhand stuff.
Yeah,
But what I love doing is going to festivals, and then when you go to open air fest over here in Europe, they
yeah,
usually have a big metal market with a lot of booths. All
yeah,
the labels
yeah,
get there, and they have, and they had big distributions back in the day. Even the old labels like Displeased Records, they had a really big distro, and I
yeah.
remember picking up a lot from them. Hammerheart Records. Oh man, what else? I don't even know where I got these because I got CDs from all over the place, even from bands that we played with, from all other smaller labels. So yeah. I bought some, I got some. I can't remember with every CD where actually I bought it. So that's the hard part. I do
Hmm.
remember where I got this one though, because I got this one from Eric from Deeds of Flash for Unique Leader. Agile.
Oh, I never even heard of that.
It's with Tim Young on drums, if
Oh no,
I'm not
oh shit.
if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that
That
out.
right out the gate is makes it worth at least checking out.
Yeah, this is Tim Young on drums, Mike Dillio on guitars, James Taylor on vocals, and then we have Chris Piper on bass.
Where do you know they're from?
Good question, but I think it was
Probably
recorded
four.
in New York. Yeah, it came out on it. It came out a Unique Leader, and this is one of these albums that we've been playing on the van when we toured the states. So my guess is also this came out around 2002, 2001 maybe.
Sounds about
And
right, yeah.
but man, it's fast, but it has a lot of different stuff going on. It's not strictly pure blasting death metal. There's other musical stuff going on. I did
Is
play
it like really
today.
technical?
It's pretty technical, yeah.
Hmm.
But it's sick, man. It's really good stuff. I think there's even what I remember. There's some keyboards on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
So what do you think
Yeah,
about? So you're not a guy where if it has keyboards, if it's death metal has keyboards, it's an automatic no go because there's guys with that
it's
opinion.
not an automatic no go, but if it turns into some kind of carnival, then I'm done. If
Okay.
yeah, like when Metallica did that symphony fucking thing, the
Oh, I never
fast
heard it, but
songs.
I know what you're talking
Oh,
about. Yeah.
that sounds so fucking shitty, man. I can't listen to that. And the same goes when it becomes like over theatrical. Uh, um, um, what's this band from Italy that is Hour of Penance? I think is a band like that, and
Okay.
there's more bands like that who do the technicals, but then with a lot of keyboards, like over the top keyboards on it. And
Yeah.
but I don't mind keyboards. I mean, on the Fourth Dimension from Hypocrisy, there's
Hmm.
some really tasty keyboards on that one.
Hmm.
And that fits right. You know.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
no, I'm kind of the same. Like, I mean, I definitely like stuff with keyboards, especially some black metal and stuff. I probably hell, I might like a little bit more than even you, but
yeah.
I know guys are those keys are no go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. There's a bunch who do that. But yeah. Have you seen this one before? This is the demo from
No.
Hate Eternal, and this is a split demo that Eric Rutan made with his other project Alas. And Alas
So
is
that's the
really
demo.
melodical.
That it's funny because somebody asked me recently. I don't know if you saw that episode. Somebody asked me about Hell's putting out Hate Eternal's demo, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I never even heard it, so I YouTubed it, and yeah, it's got an unreleased song on there too.
Yeah, there's 3 songs. I think it's Messiah of Rage.
I think so, but there's one of the songs did
Yeah,
not make the album. I was like, oh shit, that's because I think it's always cool when the
yeah,
demo doesn't have one of the songs released.
yeah. And I remember Eric Rutan giving me this when he was touring with Morbid Angel in Europe, and we hang out, and he was playing the show with a Centurion shirt, and then he gave me this demo. He's like, "Hey, this is my new band. Check it out. I want you to, tell me if you like it." And
Yeah,
then he tells me about Hate Eternal, and I like the Allah stuff, really well made and melodical, and it's uh, really good riffing. But then I heard Hate Eternal, and I was like, holy fucking shit, that demo
yeah,
is fucking brilliant. So yeah, if you
yeah. I
get a
didn't hear
chance
the
to check
demo.
that out,
The first thing I heard was when just Conquering the Throne came out, which I'm a
yeah.
big fan of. So yeah, but even to this day, until I checked it out on YouTube, I was like, fuck, I was like, I never even
Yeah.
heard the Hate Eternal demo. It was just one of those things, just pass me up,
Yeah, because I had the demo for a while, and then Conquering the Throne came out, so I was
Yeah,
waiting for that one, like
yeah,
really looking forward to it. And man, that album did not disappoint. It was like, holy shit, fat
yeah.
sound,
Mhm.
Tim Young's Blast are just, they have the right groove. You know, everything about that album is perfect. And I think the combination Eric Rutan and Doc Cerrito just works perfectly, you know?
Great. Yeah, I think that was fantastic.
Yeah. And then I have another demo. This is from your good friend Roger from the Tish.
The Tish. Bits of Gore's the band?
That's the band.
No,
That's
I just remember when he was doing the primitive what is it, primitive brutality or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I didn't know about Bits of Gore. I did what's he does he just do guitar and drum machine on that too, or what does he all do?
He does everything, as far as I know.
Is it a drum machine or does he do play real drums?
No, no, it's a drum machine, and it's Roger also doing the vocals, and it's a limited edition. It's hand
Mm-hmm.
numbered to a hundred
Oh, I see, yeah,
demos,
yeah.
and
True underground
I,
shit.
yeah, and I remember Roger having he had one song online, and it was like an even more underground version of Mortician. You know, it has the intros, it's kind of the same style, but his riffing style is just unique. I think, you know, you can instantly hear it's Roger. You know,
Yeah.
and then he put out this demo, and I ordered it immediately, and fucking love it, man. It's one of those
What
demos you can.
what year did he do that?
Let me take a look.
Because I used to talk to Roger quite a bit, even on the phone in the early 2000s. And that's why I remember him always talk about permanent brutality, and he was psyched about it. And but I never heard him mention that. But maybe it was slightly after that. I've never heard him bring that up. But him
I'm
and I
gonna
used to
see.
talk on the phone quite a bit.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can look this up because
Because
I have
that's what we
all
put
my
out here. I'll show something on camera too. I don't even know if you've ever seen this. Technically speaking, Seth, the first thing we put out by Mortician is not Mortician Hacked Up for Barbecue, the vinyl. We did that in
uh
2005. The very first thing we did, I'll show it. It's one of our earliest vinyl releases, and I set it up on the phone both with Rich Lipscomb and
uh
Roger on the phone, and it is this. I'll show it. It's the Mortician Flesh Grind. Now this sticker is hand numbered. I have number 1 out of 1,000. Did we put the year on here? This
Oh
was our
yeah,
second. Oh, dude, this is our second LP we ever did. I didn't even realize
I
that's
know
something
that
else.
one.
Well, hell's old. So the very first vinyl, see,
Yeah,
mine's number 1 of 1,000, and the first
yeah.
100 were on this blue splatter. It's funny. I remember telling. We use this as an inside joke to Hells to this day. Is I was telling Roger my idea and stuff for the vinyl, and I was like, yeah, so we'll do like 1,000 of them. And I was like, yeah, but the first 100 do them like on a blue black splatter. Like, are you cool with this? Like, yeah, just make sure we get some of the cool ones. I was like, see, that's just how you refer to them. But yeah, the first 100 are on just this,
Nice,
and the
nice,
rest
nice.
are on black. But it's a split live album with Flesh Grind.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before on metal markets back in the
So
day.
yeah, this is. I
This
guess this is.
one, this one is actually from 2016.
Oh, so it's way later. That's why. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, way later. I wasn't talking to Roger on the phone at that time because this was like this had to been we shit pushes when we put this out, dude. We were still living in our parents' fucking house.
Hmm.
This is probably 02, 03, something like that. We didn't. This is before we even put the year on our shit. We are so goddamn amateur and stupid that we didn't even put the release year on here.
But it should be around that time
Yeah.
because I remember seeing it in, I think even in Germany.
Well, this was the first one we did, and it's funny as it's public information, obviously, because the releases are out there. And I just thought it was common knowledge, but especially with these kids coming in to the channel and shit, which I bust their balls, but what people don't realize is like that's just my comedic way of trying to educate people. Otherwise, it just comes off as boring. The way I was brought up, Jim Sadis, rest in peace, and nothing Nunslaughter. The way he educated you is he made fun of you. That way, it's stuck in your fucking head. So I make fun of them for not knowing shit, but that was the first thing we released by Mortician. And from there, we've done every single Mortician release on vinyl, including the Zombie Massacre Live and Final Bloodbath Session. And all the
Hmm.
albums, Hacked Up for Barbecue, Zombie Apocalypse, Domain of Death, etc. If you compare our pressings to the Relapse Records pressings that just came out like 2 years ago or so, ours smoke them, fucking destroy them, send them home on a fucking stretcher. So
nice. Yeah, then I ran into this band. I got 2 albums of them. It's a German band. It's called Cerebricide.
dude, you're showing me all hell other than Abominator.
This is the
I did
first
not know
one.
any
This
of
is
these.
the second one. And yeah, this is kind of German Cannibal Corpse worship.
Is it
And
similar to the band? I was a big fan of their first from Intense Down. Is it anything like the band Obscenity? I was a big fan of those first 4 albums or so.
I think Obscenity is a notch better than these guys, but these guys are not bad at all. I played this first one today and finished the whole record. Cool riffs. But yeah, Obscenity was a good one.
Yeah, I love
Especially,
that.
oh man, what's the title? I forgot it.
There's Intense,
One,
Human Barbecue,
yeah,
Suffocated. Which one?
Human Barbecue.
Great album, fantastic.
That's a,
Good,
yeah,
dude. It's kind of like Deicide / Cannibal Corpse from Germany, but good
yeah,
riffs, good solos, very memorable. Fucking just
yeah.
mid-paced like death metal. Very, very, very good. As a matter of fact, if anybody knows Obscenity, Human Barbecue, I want to do it on regular vinyl because it only exists on CD, which Dog owns it, of course, and it exists on
Mm-hmm.
12-inch picture disc. Dog owns it, of course. There is no vinyl pressing for it. There's no vinyl pressing for Intense as well, the album after that, which I want to do as well on vinyl. There's only picture disc and the digipack. CDs, which is
Mm-hmm.
what I own. But neither one of those have ever to this date. Now some fucking hoagie is gonna steal my idea and put them out because there's this Chinese label that did the first 2 albums, Suffocated Truth and Perversion Mankind. There's this Chinese label that did vinyls of those, and I bought both of those. I have them both, so it was cool to see them come out. And then Third Chapter, you know what's funny? Third Chapter, which is obviously the third album, I remember not liking it, and I revisited it in like recent times. When I say recent times to me, us old guys, Seth, we know is 3 years, right? People are like back
Yeah,
in 2021. Like, the fuck are you talking about back in 2021? That was yesterday, brah.
yeah. That was yesterday.
They back and shit. I was like, that's recent times. So actually, and
Yeah.
I was looking at my rack, not talking about your mom's tits either, brah bras. I don't even own Third Chapter. I thought I owned the digipack. It was a purple digipack, but I guess as a teenager I didn't like it because as the CDs, what I own for oh dude, I love this too. Here's all my Obscenity CDs. So there's the Demoniac. Do you know this
Yeah, I
stuff?
have that one.
So this is the 2 demos I would love. So
Yeah.
Obscenity, contact the fucking dog if unless you're not dead or in jail. Do a vinyl of this. These demos are fantastic. Then there's Perversion Mankind. And this recently came out on a vinyl on a Chinese label. Dog owns it, of course. Then there's Suffocated Truth. This also got repressed. Hell's had them in stock a couple times. Fantastic fucking album. And the Chinese label did a vinyl for that. Dog bought it. And then this is a different pressing of Suffocated Truth. So I own 2 versions. This is the one Seth was just talking about. Human Barbecue. Love to do it on vinyl. And this is the last album I love. Yep. Human Barbecue. That's the one, dude. It's fucking fantastic. And this was the last one I liked. See, that's the first one I didn't like. Did you like that one, Seth? Cold Blooded Murder?
Man, it's been ages. It's been
At least
ages. This is
it's funny you say it because I should revisit it. I
yeah.
remember not liking it, but the last time I heard it was like 20 years ago.
This is the one I remember. And actually, hold on.
Yeah, Human Barbecue is probably the best album, and it's really, really
And
good.
that one.
That's the Demoniac. That's the demos. I love the demos,
Yeah.
dude. The one demo I
So
want to get t-shirt. I want Hells to do official shirts. The one
yeah.
demo where it's got Jesus nailed to a question mark. It's one of the demo covers.
Yeah. I just got to revisit these tonight, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. See that? You know, it's funny because that stuff like Obscenity, I grew up on that with like just like at the same time as Centurion. You know, it's funny because Obscenity, just like Wim, when Wim was doing the merchandise for Centurion, I wrote Wim and got whatever Centurion merch, shirts and stuff at that time. It was probably the Hell at Last Centurion shirt. And then Obscenity, I wrote them as well, and I bought a couple shirts, and it was the green logo on the back. I think it just said Death Metal, or it said Death Metal, or it said Death Metal something. But all those shirts I outgrew because they're size medium, and I can't fucking fit into a medium. So, but that's when you wrote the band directly because your guys'
Yeah.
stuff, Obscenity, it wasn't coming into the States other than the albums because it was, what was it, Morbid Records? Yeah, that was putting their stuff out. Those would come in through trade in the US distros. But if you wanted shirts and shit, like to my knowledge, Obscenity is a band that's never been to the States, and it's funny. They even crossed my mind. I would love to get them for a Dead by Dog if it has the original singer, and I'd want basically a set list that's an intense down. The albums that I know, because they even have that Cold Blooded Murder that you showed me on camera. I
Yeah.
remember that being the first one I didn't like, even though that's early 2000s. They have albums. I looked on Metal Archives from like 2013 and shit. I never listened to them, but I'm assuming I wouldn't like them. Best case scenario, they're pretty good, but I don't know them. So if I was to have them play here, I was like, I want to play the songs that I know. But
Yeah.
so without the preface of my fest too is stuff like that that you never seen over here ever. But the only problem
Yeah.
is some of these guys they're kind of like in the camp of Wim or Rob. Either they don't want to do it, they physically can't do it, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but that's all the shit I grew up on, so that's the shit I want to see. But some of it's like
Yeah.
almost not physically possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the only guy I ever met in Obscenity, I mean, man, we might have played with them in the past, but I forgot. So it could be that I've done a show
Yeah.
here and there with them on the bill, or definitely on a festival, I suppose. But their bass player, he was in Deicide for a while, the German band.
Oh,
And
okay. I didn't know that.
yeah, and when we
I
toured
know the
with
name, but
Cannibal,
I never listened to it. But I know the name.
yeah, it's more of a thrash band, thrash
Yeah, that's
death
what I thought
metal.
it was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we toured with them twice. One time was in 2002 on the Cannibal tour, and the other time was in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, great guys. And but yeah, he was the one playing bass with them. He was drinking coffee all fucking night. Yeah, even more
Well,
than
so
me,
do you though. That's what
Well,
you
I
do, right?
switch I switch it up to soft drinks, Coke or whatever,
Okay.
and but he this guy he would drink coffee like 24/7. Yeah,
Well, you
he's the
smoke
coffee.
cigarettes 24/7, right?
Who?
You.
I smoke a few cigarettes when I'm working, but when I'm
Oh, but
home,
would you say you smoke? Would you say you smoke an equivalent? I know you roll your own a pack of cigarettes per day.
no, no. But when I'm home, usually I smoke joints.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So I'm and yeah, there's tobacco in it, but it's rolling tobacco, this kind of stuff.
Now, when you're smoking joints, that shit don't make you tired because that shit makes me tired. That's why I don't like weed. I tried it 3 times. I'm like, I'm fucking tired. This shit sucks.
Yeah, that depends on what kind of weed you smoke
That's what they all
and how you.
say. But I tried it 3 different times, 3 different sources. I'm like, fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah, but if you try three different sorts of the same family,
Well,
then you're
no,
still
I know.
fucked.
I just thought that that was a weird coincidence that I got the same shit
Yeah.
because some people like
No,
no,
it's
dude. There's some people tell me like there's strands that give you energy. I'm like, I'd be up for trying that. I was like, I wouldn't
yeah,
be against it. I was like,
yeah.
but I never
Well,
had it. I was like, every strand I try, I was like, I'm tired as fuck.
yeah. Well, the thing is, if you don't smoke it a lot, then chances that you're gonna get tired are bigger. And if you smoke it on a daily basis, after a while, your body starts acting differently to it. And
Yeah,
it's different for each person because some people, the brands and the strains that I smoke are sativas, and those are the ones that make you more active and more high upper kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but also give you an underlying booze. So, for instance, if you're hyperactive or you can't find your words because you talk too fast, blah blah blah, it gives you some kind of smooth rest.
Hmm.
On the other hand, you don't really fall asleep. You get in the mood of doing stuff, but it differs from person to person. So it's not like I can advise anything because that would be useless. That would be stupid, actually.
Well, and it's funny too because in Holland, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are like one of the countries that are known for being. It's been legal there forever, right? Like you could just walk around smoking a joint and no one cares.
You want to hear a joke? It's never been legal at all over here.
Really?
No. The law is not a full legalization. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. I really need to Google the English word for this because I think the word that we found for it is something that's not even.
Because are
Uh,
you aware it's pretty much not, there's a few states left, but here, even Ohio, it's legal now. Almost every state over here, it's legal now.
yeah, over here, what we say, it's only tolerated. So it's
Oh,
not
okay.
officially legal, it's tolerated. And the foolish thing is that the weed comes into the coffee shop illegally, 100% illegally, because it's illegal to grow it and to sell it. But they can kind of they can not legally, but they tolerate them selling it to people who are tolerated to carry 5 grams, and in your home you can have a little bit more if it's only for your own use. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, not
But the
distribution.
selling and yeah, but still, it's weird because it comes in the coffee shop illegal and it goes out legal. So it's the law was always a failure as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned. But we have a multi-party political system, and there's always been a whole bunch of parties that never wanted to legalize it.
Hmm.
And now in the States, you guys are way ahead of us, because you can legally grow it, legally sell it, blah, 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 with all the benefits. And the benefits are that the growth is controlled. You can control and check your quality. So you know that what you buy is top notch. And from what I've heard, and even from what I've tasted from some people who got it from the States over here, the quality over there and the taste and everything is right now way better than in the Netherlands.
I think the
So,
downside though is because Lindsay and I went to a dispensary maybe a year ago. She wanted to try some stuff for sleep, a couple
mhm.
strands. We went up there, and this is the consensus: is I think the quality is really good. The only downside is, dude, it's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, you need the thing is it depends from state to state, and also if you have a medical pass or not, because I know there are states where you can just ask for a medical pass and they will give you one without any questions,
Mm.
and then you can get a big amount for a few bucks.
It's funny too. I call out some bullshit for some weed smokers too. Where they
Yeah.
say smoking weed isn't as harsh on the lungs as, or there's guys that say this. Funny thing is one that says it a lot is I'm a huge fan of is Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia, retired pro bodybuilder. Um, he loves weed, right? And he brings up studies to where it shows not only does it have no effect on the lungs like tobacco does, so there's a couple people that their lung function even improved. I don't care what study you show me, what you tell me, I'm calling horseshit, and I'll tell you why, man. Because
That's
occasionally
tar.
I'll tell you why,
It's real.
dude. Dude,
Yeah,
I have my own anecdotal experience, and I'll tell you why. Because occasionally I have a smoke or two, you know what I mean? Like usually with beers or something like that. I by no means smoke every day or like nothing, you know what I mean? Like occasionally I have some smokes, right? And it doesn't
yeah.
bother me breathing it in, lungs, and I feel fine, right? Dude, when we went to this dispensary, and I was like, let me try it too, like before bed. That was another time I tried it. Dude, when I took a hit of it from the pipe, again, this is pure shit from a dispensary. Holy fuck, dude. I felt like I took broken glass into my lungs. I was choking up a storm. I was like, anyone that says this is not as bad as tobacco for your lungs, I was like,
It
best case
is.
scenario, it's just as bad. I was like, there's no fucking way. I was
Yeah,
like, I literally felt for like 10 seconds somebody was ripping my lungs apart with broken glass. I was like, that is bullshit. There's no way it's
it's
not.
it's real simple. If you burn it, it will do
Yeah,
damage to your lungs.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
And there's no nicotine in it, and there's no chlorid, and I don't know what kind of bullshit that they put in filter cigarettes. That's why I smoke this dark tobacco instead of filter cigarettes, because I can't stand those. They will really fuck up my throat. There's a lot of bullshit in those. Um,
You know those
but
things.
there's
You
a
know
lot.
this. Are you
But in
aware
weed,
that are you aware of the thing about nicotine? Supposedly, and there's people way, way smarter than me. Don't take my word for it. I can send you some links and shit of people talking about it. Supposedly, nicotine is not only addictive at all, that has no addiction, like provably none, and actually has a ton of health benefits. Now, these same guys that said, like, I'm not saying smoking cigarettes is good, like it's not. And they explain what's addictive about in smoking cigarettes. Like it's not nicotine. And supposedly it
no,
has a
there's
ton of health benefits.
they put in cigarettes. They put like I don't know how many other
Yeah, it's a bunch of other
substances
shit.
in them
Yeah.
to keep you addicted. And it's not. Even if it's not the substance that make you addictive, it's the habit. you know.
Yeah, correct.
Uh,
Just having in your hand the
the
function of doing
handling, yeah. And the thing with weed is there's still a lot of tar in it, and once you burn that, you're gonna fuck up your lungs. And me personally, I don't give a fuck because I enjoy it.
it. Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all, and I will see it. When my time comes, my time comes. When the lungs say no, the lungs say no, and I'll
Well, but I
probably
was going to
stop.
ask you about that. Do you have a now? I know you don't go to the gym and shit, but you do ride your bicycle and stuff. Over the
Yeah,
years, have you noticed any downgrade of lung function, like harder to breathe, like your
not at all.
cardiovascular? Okay,
No,
okay.
not at all. And when I had my checks in the hospital and everything, the doctor said, "Oh, I can see you're a non-smoker." And I had to do my lung capacity
Is your
test. I was
oxygen
like,
capacity? So
"Dude,
your oxygen capacity is like 199 or 100?
yeah." And I was like, "Bro,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
good.
even want to know."
Well, dude, you might have
So
those. They exist, dude. You might have those Ozzy Osbourne genetics. Because, dude, you
I
know
don't
this is
know.
here's another. I don't know what the exact statistic is, but she's either the longest of all time or one of the longest. Like, I think she recently died, or she even still alive. I think she recently died. I think she's from
Hmm.
Italy. This chick lived to like 120 years old, right? I think she's like
Yeah,
top three or longest living persons in the entire world ever in longevity.
yeah,
She smoked a pack of cigarettes every single day until she was 90 years old. And the
yeah,
only reason she quit is because she was getting too old and it was hard for her to light her cigarettes, that she was tired of asking people to light them for her. Like, this is documented, that's known. Now, granted, I'm not saying that there's no negative health. She obviously got lucky, but what I'm saying is there are genetic outliers that just like Ozzy Osbourne. How the fuck did that guy make it as long as he did? It's just some people get away with it, just the way it is.
yeah. It's. I think it's a little bit about genetics.
1000%.
There's grandpas that can smoke cigars up until they're 100 years old, and there's
100%.
people like my aunt back in the day who died when she was 50. And
Yeah.
that happened when I was a kid, and I thought, oh, 50. Well, it's old, but not that old. Well, I'm gonna be 50 in 1.5 years, so it's
Yeah.
you know,
That,
and she didn't have any problems at all like me. But then one night she started coughing, she rolled over, and a lot of fluid came out. It was all cancer cells and all that kind of crap, and she died
yeah.
like within a couple of hours. That's how
Oh,
shit can
shit.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But on the other hand, what I don't like is worrying about all that kind of stuff too much. uh, you know I do what I like and what feels okay. And I never drive a car, so I have to do everything on a bike or on foot. That keeps me in shape.
That is
And
it is that is better. That's definitely makes you. They say the people
yeah,
that the natives that did the most walking and shit, they lived the longest lives. People that stay active
yeah,
and yeah. I mean, there's no doubt exercise in general. I mean,
yeah,
it'll offset some damage for sure. I mean, exercise is so good for you; it's fucking insane. And that's why I
yeah,
tell everybody, I was like, dude, you should. I understand everybody wants to be a bodybuilder. I get that. I'm not. I'm completely fucking aware of that. I was like, but you should do something. You should go swimming, bike riding,
yeah.
hiking, weightlifting, something. Play basketball. Find something that you like that's physical and do that on a daily basis. You shouldn't just be sitting around playing video games all goddamn day. I was like, that's so.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. I mean, like,
Yeah, I even when I'm at work, I do a lot of walking. So
yeah,
basically, when I come home, I feel free to relax. And
yeah.
but even here in the house, with two little daughters and everything, you're doing stuff, you're walking around. It's like you do groceries, you go shopping, and it's all walking distance over here. So that's pretty cool. I live in the center of this town, so.
So, like, when you do your groceries, you walk to the grocery store.
Oh no, I don't do not like the weekly stuff. My wife does that with the car.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But you have like a market or something that you could buy produce from and that type of shit where it's
Oh
home
yeah,
grown.
yeah,
See,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
nice.
All the small stuff I just pick up on foot.
Yeah, because we have like farmers markets and stuff, but here in the winter time, I mean here in the Ohio, you can only buy in the summer because a lot of my produce that I'll eat, I prefer to get at a farmer's market because it is better. The quality is just better than what you get at the supermarket. It's great. The farmers that grew
Yeah,
it, but you
yeah.
can't do that year round because well, in Ohio it's fucking snowing and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, and in Holland they will import everything to make it available all days of the year. Even in the middle of winter, you can buy
No, I
strawberries
think
and
they do that too. Like you can have markets, they do that for us too. But what
yeah,
we'll have these local markets that it's literally grown in the market, like in
yeah,
like 2 towns away. You know what I mean? So it's nice.
fresh.
Like it's like a local
Yeah,
farmer. It's pretty cool. You can get like berries and your vegetables and shit and tomatoes and you could just definitely tell they're better. They just taste better. You can
Oh,
just tell. It's
definitely.
definitely better.
There's even a farm here pretty close by, and they have a butcher shop at the farm. So they have fresh meat and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, the stuff you buy there, the steaks and all that kind of stuff, it's just 10 times
Oh
better
yeah,
than anything you can buy in the supermarket. Yeah.
yeah. Well, same with me because I eat a lot of meat, as you probably do or don't know, and I like to get a
Mhm.
lot of from the market, especially things like bison and shit. Again, it's like the weed thing. The only downside of that, the only reason I don't do all of mine meat that is, dude, it is. I mean, I'll spend hundreds of dollars per month on the amount that I'll
Mhm.
eat if it all comes from the farmer's market. So I do a happy medium, but it is definitely better the farm raised fucking shit from a farm
Yeah.
bought from the local market is definitely better. But yeah, goddamn, do you pay for it? Like it's way
Yeah.
more expensive.
Yeah, we have a good butcher shop over here, and I prefer getting my meat there instead of the supermarket, so it's at
Yeah,
least way better, you know.
yeah.
And the one farm, they are opened like only on Saturday between, let's say, 9 and 1 o'clock or something, you know. So yeah, and there's a big line. So yeah, we don't really feel like driving there every Saturday at that certain time to stand in line for some top-notch stuff. So we do that a couple of times a year. That's
You ever eat?
nice.
Have you ever had bison, Seth? I don't know how common that is over there in Holland. Bison.
I've had it. Yeah, I've had bison steak. It's not common, but I've had it before because there was one. Actually, that was a supermarket, and they were selling that around Christmas time. They had all sorts of different kind of steak. They had ostrich. They had I don't even know the English name for that. Hold on, because I got Google
Maybe
Translate here.
ostrich. Maybe elk.
Even got reindeer steak. That was fucking awesome, dude.
Oh, I never
Reindeer
had
steak.
that. I've had regular deer, never reindeer.
Yeah, we had that with Christmas.
Mm.
That was pretty funny. I
It
was
is
like,
pretty fucking funny. Had goddamn Rudolph for
Rudolph
fucking
for Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh,
Seth ate fucking Rudolph for Christmas. Rudolph and Blitzen, or was it Comet Blitzen, Dasher, Dancer? Do I know all of them?
yeah. So yeah, ate Rudolph and then put his rat nose on my dick.
No, but I was gonna tell you about bison because I would have been skeptical too. So the steaks I had, they're hard as fuck to find it. They were at the market. The New York
Mhm.
strip steak that I had at Bison, best steaks I ever had in my life, right?
Yeah.
And another in the same market, but they moved. They were in this other intermarket, but they stopped selling or moved. They had bison hot dogs, right? Now you
Oh
look at the
wow.
label, the protein is higher than the fat content. Because normal hot dogs, you look at the protein, the fats, it's way
Hmm.
off. Like the fats are like 16 grams and there's like 4 grams of protein. So it's basically total dog shit food, right? The bison hot dogs, the protein is like 10 to 12 grams and the fat's like 7 grams, right? So initially you're like,
Yeah.
all right, they're not going to be as good. They're not going to be that tasty. Dude, these were like some of the best goddamn tasting hot dogs I ever had. I was blown away. So they're a million times healthier, physique friendly for as far as protein to fat ratio, and they tasted
Yeah.
fucking amazing. But I can't find them for the life of me. So what I'm saying is, if you can find ever bison hot dogs, assuming they're made the same way that this guy made them, they were so goddamn good. It's insane. But again, dude, for like they came in packs of four, only four per pack, as
Yeah.
opposed to like 8 or 12. Dude, it was like $15 for four.
Yeah. 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 It's
It
pricey
was
stuff.
Yeah, it was way more expensive, but they
Yeah.
were good as fuck.
Yeah. It's nice stuff. And but yeah, I like some good steak. And the other one I can't find. It was a blessed buck, but I don't know what the English word for that is.
Last book.
Blaze.
Deer. Is it elk? Because elk's
No,
really good.
it's some kind of goat. A blaze goat.
Oh, I just call them goats.
Nah, it's not a regular goat. It's the one that lives in South Africa.
Oh fuck! I didn't even know there's different kinds of goats.
Oh
Granted,
yeah, and
as the channel fans like to make fun of me, I'm not a geographical expert.
what they also had back in the day was Impala steak.
I don't know what that is.
You you got to watch some more National Geographic or Animal Planet or how the fuck that's called.
Probably do. Yeah.
Impala is one of those striped deers in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Brown stripes.
I
They
wonder
taste
how much of that.
amazing.
I wonder how much of that shit we get here. I'm sure maybe in places like New York or big cities that have big pocketbooks. I'm sure they have some
Mhm.
of that shit imported, but I've never seen it because I mean I've seen because you like elk. It's hard to elk is really good.
Yeah.
Um, you can find that's hard to find here, but you can find it because I have a couple times. But it's hard. You got to look.
Did you have alligator before?
No, but I've heard two different reviews. I've heard it's pretty fucking good, and I heard it's gross. It's too chewy. So I've heard both
No,
reviews.
I found it pretty good, and I had it wasn't called alligator, but it was in Germany, and it was a crocodile steak, and it was
Okay.
kind of yeah, it was kind of white, and the consistency was like somewhere in between chicken and fish, like a
Okay, I
white
was gonna
steak.
say it's a little fishy. Yeah.
But it was good. It wasn't bad at all. But it wasn't brilliant or oh, I need to have this again. It was on the menu, and I had the option to eat it once and try it out once. So I was like, okay, let's go for it.
Do you guys have in Holland, or have you ever been to, because you've traveled the world, have you ever been to a hibachi steakhouse that's Japanese like we have them here?
Oh no, that's the new trendy stuff, right?
Oh yeah, dude, if you've never been to, so dude, if you come out to Dead
Yeah.
by Dog, we're gonna make sure that we get an evening. I'm taking you out to hibachi. I'll take you to my favorite one. It's it's my favorite steak and shit, and the shrimp and the lobster is good as fuck. The rice is good as fuck. It's so goddamn
Mm,
tasty, it's insane. But yeah, trendy as a motherfucker. They're all over the place now. But so
mm.
goddamn good. We'll take you there.
Yeah,
It's
I've
on the
heard about
dog.
it.
Yeah, you're
I've
gonna
heard
love,
about it.
dude. I promise you'll love it, guaranteed.
All right,
Hell,
man.
maybe I could get Easy E and Sea Dog to come with us too. If I'm like, yeah, Seth's coming out. He's coming to hibachi. They might Sea Dog might actually fucking get the jumper cables out, jump his fucking car because he never leaves his house. So
Ah,
every time Sea Dog leaves the house, dude, he has to get jumper cables because his battery dies in his car. Fucking can't make this shit up.
he's got a comfortable couch, probably. Then.
Yeah, dude, he has his groceries delivered. He's like, yeah, dude, the grocery store, that's for the peasants. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? God damn.
And the doctor also comes to his house.
I don't
Just
suppose,
when he's
to my knowledge, he hasn't had any health problems yet, but goddamn, never getting no sunlight, no exercise. That's right around the corner.
when he breaks a leg, he's like, "Yeah, we got
He's fucked.
ambulances for that
He's
shit."
got he's got that old man beeper. What are those things called when they fall down?
The alarms. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's got one of those. He
Nice,
needs it.
man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the day that I can live like that and just shit my pants and press my beeper, man.
Dude, I don't know, man. I personally don't want to live to that age because I'm stubborn. I like to be able to do my own stuff and I like to be able to do my physical things. Because, dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I mean, I'm getting better, but the last couple of years, dude, I've been kind of struggling mentally because I really love the sport of bodybuilding, and it's like
Mhm.
I had to stop. Like my body can't handle it no more. It can't handle it physically, and my
Yeah.
blood work has shown it too. Like because obviously, chemicals are involved. And in my 20s and 30s, my blood work was always perfect. And
Yeah.
in my late 30s, things started showing up that you can expect. And it's like, it's just your body can't handle it no more. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Because I even said,
Yeah.
I always said in my early 20s, I was like, I'll do this till about 40. Because after you're
Yeah.
40, you're really playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer, dude. I go to the gym, you're not as strong, you don't recover the same. It's just
Mhm.
it's a total mind, and I'm only 40. I'll be 41 in January.
Mhm.
It's a mind fuck, that I can't do what I like when I was 25 and shit, man. It's like just throw some plates on that fucker and just start doing squats. Now,
Yeah.
fuck no, you got to warm up, you got to stretch. It's I feel like a goddamn old grandpa. So having said that, to the point to where I can't walk and I got a beeper and I'm shit myself, I don't think I'd mentally be able to handle it because I've been struggling for the past couple of years and it's getting better. I'm doing pretty good now, like to where I've accepted it and coped with it, and keep
Yeah.
myself busy with the channel and business is a bit busier than ever to keep myself
Yeah.
productive. But yeah, I mean it was just kind of hard to fucking to deal with.
Yeah, I got a few hobbies where you can just sit down and relax, like when I read
Yeah.
my books or when I just watch like yesterday I watched that new series about Ed Gein.
Oh,
Uh
I was actually going to start that. That's on Netflix, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
why don't yeah? So yeah, I saw that. I was curious to watch it myself. Is it any good?
I think it's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I
Sweet,
liked
sweet.
it. So I don't want to spoil anything, but they have it's more than just a story of Ed Gein. It's also everything that came out of the Ed Gein story, like the movie Psycho,
Yeah,
Texas
yeah, Texas
Chainsaw Massacre,
Chainsaw.
Silence
Yeah,
of the Lambs, but also there's other serial killers presented that have something to do with him. So it's more of a complete story. And yeah, I thought it was really good, man, and it has some sick fucking details in it. So yeah, it was a
nice.
good watch. Nice series.
Is there any footage to where it shows like videos of him talking, like it's actually him, or was that too early on?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that because I know he's been interviewed, so there should be audio footage because Wrestler from the FBI, the one the big profiler, the one who came up with the term serial killer,
Mhm.
he interviewed him and he interviewed a whole bunch more. Um, so there should be, but I never saw any any interviews with him. But he was put in an asylum.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know that. Yeah, because
yeah,
like I always
so
had this morbid curiosity for Albert Fish. I always wanted to hear like audio of him or like
oh,
a
that was too
interview.
early, I think.
But correct, but
Yeah.
it's too early. Exactly. But I
Well,
would
Albert
love to
Fish,
see it. Like
yeah, there might be audio maybe, but I
I've never
haven't
heard it. I've
seen.
never heard an Albert Fish of his. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I wanted the
Mm,
same thing. But Ed Gein, I was one of the same thing. Is it too early? Because I've never heard any of him either, like with his
yeah,
actual
it was in the late
voices.
50s. I mean, they could record then. I mean, those,
Yeah,
it's not that that they couldn't do it, but
because Fish was like what, the 20s? I think. I think it was the
who
20s,
Fish?
20s or 30s.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely before the 40s. It's early. I know that.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, Ed Gein was in the mid or late 50s. So
Yeah, yeah. There
yeah,
would be audio of that then. I would think.
yeah. But I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, the series was pretty good. And so yeah, you if you want to watch that, go ahead. It's a good watch.
Did
Yeah.
you watch? I enjoyed it, but we watched it when it first came out. I was thinking about revisiting it because I really enjoyed it. The Ted Bundy movie, the extremely wicked, shockingly vile, whatever.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, I think I've seen it. But there's actually one movie that I think is better about Ted Bundy, and that's The Stranger Beside Me, like the book. And that's an
What
old
is?
movie.
Oh, then if it's old, I didn't see it though. No.
Yeah, that's a really good movie about Ted Bundy. And then I think from John Wayne Gacy, the best one that I saw is To Catch a Killer. That was
Okay, I know
only
you're talking about.
done.
I haven't seen that. I've seen a bunch of Gacy documentaries, but never that movie.
Yeah,
Then.
that movie is really good. And there's also an old movie about Dahmer, but there's a bunch of them are terrible.
Yeah,
The same
hundred
goes for
percent.
Chikatilo. The only good movie about Chikatilo is Citizen X,
I've
because
never
that
seen it.
other one, what was it, Child 44 or Evelenko, whatever, that was just a bullshit story when they got like the Second World War involved and all that kind of stuff, and they called it differently, and I don't like that. They got to keep to the when it's about serial killers like actual ones, they need to keep it to the facts, and
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
yeah, and that's also why I also like that series on Netflix about Dahmer. That was a good one.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
I agree.
but
Yeah, almost all the Netflix series. That's why I saw the game we watched. Richard Ramirez one watched. Dahmer. There's a Gacy one too, but I'm not sure how old it is. Definitely, there was like the Ted Bundy tapes. Watched that.
yeah, that's the
Um,
tapes. That's like documentary kind of stuff.
yeah, we'll watch. I'm not going to say we watched every single one, but we watched most because Lindsay and I,
Yeah.
a lot of shows that I like, she don't, and vice versa. But we both like the serial killer stuff. She liked it even before we got together, and I liked it before. Same.
Yeah.
We were both interested in it before we were even dating. You know.
Yeah. I was always interested in it, and the first times that I was in the States, I was looking for true crime books. And then in 2001, we did a tour with Macabre, which
Yeah.
was, of course, like a bullseye when it comes to serial killer stuff and talking to Lance every night about serial killer. And then he gave me a book about Gary Heidnik. That book is called Cellar of Horror.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, and Gary Heidnik, he started his own church, the Ministers of the blah blah blah. I don't know how they call it, and because everyone can do that in the States, and then you can also ask for donations.
Mhm.
So the guy got a lot of money, but he also thought it was his time to have his own bakery factory. So it was his time to get married and all that kind of stuff. So he had 3 women in his cellar, and one of them was tied with one arm to the ceiling and one other arm to the floor. So she was standing like that, like all day.
Mhm.
He tortured them, he abused them, and then the one that was with the chains died all of a sudden. He took the body up. They hear the grinder, and then he mixed her up with dog food and fed her to the other 2.
Where
That
the
kind of
fuck?
stuff.
Where was he? Was he from the U.S.?
He was from the U.S. Yeah, yeah,
No, I didn't even know. I didn't even know about him. No.
yeah. Gary Heidnick. Yeah.
Does Macabre have a song about him? You would think so. The name sounds
I
familiar.
think I think later, yeah, I think on one of the later albums because Lance wanted to do a song about him, and I think in the end they did a song about him, maybe on Murder Metal,
I
but
mean,
I'm not sure.
I own every Macabre album. I mean, do you like every Macabre album? Because personally, I do, but most people seem to
Oh
not.
yeah, I love Macabre.
Because even this latest album, Carnival Killers, I love it. Like Joe Ball
Oh
was his name was great. I think
yeah,
it sounds
yeah,
great.
yeah. They're just a wicked band with a unique style,
Thousand
and
percent.
yeah, it's. I think every release is sick.
Trying to think because
So
most of these
even
like a lot of these you could tell which guy it's about or I know which guy. But yeah, I don't know of them doing
let me
you
see.
know we did watch I watched recently I think it was on Netflix too, but it's old. It's been on there for a while. And it caught my eye because it's like, oh shit, Macabre wrote a song about him. It's on Gloom or whatever, the McDonald's serial killer guy. The McMassacre, the song McMassacre. Did you ever watch that
Uh-huh.
documentary on that? That's pretty fucked up.
I haven't seen it. No.
Dude, it's on Netflix. This guy goes to McDonald's, right? And that's what song McMassacre, and it's either on Sinister
Yeah.
Slaughter or Gloom. The guy goes in a packed fucking McDonald's in California, and he just starts gunning down everybody. I mean, like literally, like even like babies that aren't even like a year old. Like just
Yeah.
start shooting and they show images of like it's pretty fucked up. I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
you know.
I know the song. I never saw a documentary about the guy
I
who
didn't
did
know.
it.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. When I
Yeah.
saw it, because the McDonald's, I was like, oh, that's 100% about McMassacre. I was like, has to be. And
Yeah.
other than the Macabre song, I was like, I don't know any details. I'm going to watch this, and it's just
But you
one
know,
episode. It's like hour and a half long. It's pretty damn good. It's definitely worth a
yeah,
watch.
you remember the Macabre song, What the Heck, Richard Speck? It's only
Yep.
8 nurses you have wrecked.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know what he did either.
well, you're gonna know after you watch the Geen series.
Oh, it's in that.
It's in one of the later episodes, one of the last episodes.
Yeah, guys
He
like
was a
that. When you hear
sick
the name,
fuck, man.
yeah, when you hear the names Richard Speck, all I know is just the Macabre song. I don't know his story at all
Yeah,
because some of them I don't.
and the same with Edmund Kemper.
Yeah,
Ed Kemper had a horrible
had horrible
temper.
temper. Yeah,
I know some details about him. You know how
I don't know any.
he killed his grandparents and then he killed a bunch of teenagers, I think, and then his mother decapitated his mother, had sex with the head, and
Oh shit.
did all crazy kinds of stuff with that. Um, but yeah, I've seen some interviews with him. There's some interviews with him on
You know,
YouTube.
I
So
wonder.
yeah,
This always crossed my mind. Like guys like him, why is it the general public, including myself, doesn't really know about them at all, or if we do, very very little. But guys like Ted Bundy, Dahmer, they got this basically publicity, this famous. But
yeah,
it's funny because when you look at some, and I remember it was on a Google search or somebody told me they're like, if you want to know about the worst serial killers, Google it. It's guys you never even heard of. Like there's one guy that
yeah,
used in Peru. He was like in Peru. It's always people. I was like, never even heard of him. My
yeah,
question is like why is it only like Gacy, the known ones? Why do they get all this publicity, but these other guys who are shit by definition,
yeah.
some of them worse?
I
Why didn't they?
I think the answer is pretty simple. And actually, the victims and the families of the families of the victims, they don't like the publicity either. So it's all a media thing. If the whole Charles Manson thing turned into one big media circus, the same with Jeffrey Dahmer, one big media circus. And
Mhm.
but the authorities and the families, what they would like is this kind of stuff to be kept out of the media because they don't want the serial killers to be heroes or
Famous, yeah.
rock stars or some stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, he even had his own logo on the letters that he sent back to his fans. I
He
mean,
had a fan club.
yeah, he had a fan club, and a lot of these guys got letters. Ed Gein got a lot of letters from fans. When he was
Mhm.
in the asylum. So a lot of the stuff is being, or at least they try to keep it out of the media. One of my coworkers, he used to work in the high security prison that's pretty close here in Vught, the AB, and he was like, the guys in there. There was some African guy who ate his complete family,
Yeah.
his kids and his wife. No one in Holland has ever heard that story in the media. But the dude is in a Dutch jail. He did this in Holland. It's never been in the media that shit
Did
happened.
they ever say, like, for something like that? It's like, why? Like, what would even entice him to do that? It's like, for example, like some guys, like, and I'm not saying it's right, but a guy like Ted Bundy, you at least when you look at him, like, you understand the mindset. They say it's like an ex girlfriend that broke up with him, so he's killing people. Someone like, all right, that's fucked up, but you at least have an answer. Why the fuck would you kill and eat your entire family? Like, at what point would you even like?
Yeah, well, the funny answer would be that I don't understand the Americans because you got 24-hour McDonald's and over here they close up at once. So maybe he was hungry. I don't know.
Well, actually, dude, ever since the Wimp vid, finding a 24 hours anything, dude, for whatever reason, dude, once everything was closed and then reopened, well, granted, restaurants never closed, but ever since everything reopened, all the stores and everything, nothing ever to this day went back to normal. Like hours, everything, everybody closes earlier. And the one good thing that's come out of it, though, in my opinion, is metal shows. Dude, no metal shows nowadays go to 2 a.m. and stuff. Pre Wimpvid, that was the norm. Getting out at 2 a.m. to hell, you remember the Flying Machine? Granted, you weren't there all the time, but you played there with severe torture for the Ohio Death Fest. Dude, going to 2:30 a.m. at the Flying Machine, that was the norm. Like that, it could be there since 2:30 because that was the last minute they could serve alcohol. The show
Yeah.
would end at 2 fucking 30. Now, dude, shows get out at midnight, etc. And you know what chaps my ass about that? Is for fucking years, I was the only guy that was bitching, man, this sucks. This goes on too late. What do you mean, bro? The night's young. Because I either had to get up for school or work. Depends what goddamn year it was. So I was always pissed as if I was on a work or school night. And everyone else, oh, this is great. But now, like when I had my show, The Dead by Dog, people kind of started leaving. They're like, oh, it's getting too late. I'm like, it's fucking midnight. Like none of you fucking fools had a problem going to 2:30 a.m. back in the fucking day. I was the only one bitching. Midnight, that's considered early. Where the fuck you been, homie?
Yeah, yeah. And now, over here in Holland, they do the shows most of the times. The last band is done playing around 11,
Uh-huh.
basically because a lot of people travel by train.
Yeah.
So the last trains, they leave, and so they want to make it so that they can see the main act and then still catch the last train home. But the
Yeah.
bars, the clubs, they don't stay up. That's what I don't like. Nowadays, the headliner is done, and it's like, okay, everybody out. You can
Yeah.
finish your beer and then fuck off. Back
Yeah.
in the day, in the early in the late 90s, or in the mid 90s, when the last band was done, you could still hang out there for a bunch of hours, talk to the band and make some pictures or whatever with your Kodak roll fucking thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was cool, and now it's like,
Yeah.
okay, band is done, everybody out. And, usually I don't, I live in a small town, so there's no shows here. So I always have to travel back by train. So for me, it's all, it's fine. Um, but yeah, other people, what they do is then they go to a different bar, and in Eindhoven or Tilburg, they will stay open until what is it, 3, 4 o'clock.
Oh
So
shit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a little too fucking late for me.
yeah. I don't like that either. When it's a party night and you go out with friends, it's maybe different. But usually when you go out and the first band starts at 8 o'clock, I'm really happy to go home around 11:30.
I agree. That's pretty much where I'm at too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to stand on my legs that long in the same position. The
Because
back
usually you
starts
still, it
aching.
seems like even on a normal night, if you're not at a show, you go to bed pretty late, it seems like.
Usually between 1 and 2.
That's late as fuck.
Yeah, yeah. I want to watch my news programs and do
What
my
time do you
thing.
get up? What time do you get up?
7.
Oh, dude, see, yeah, I couldn't do that. You only need 5, 6 hours of sleep. I wish I could do that. That's to me, that's a superpower
Yeah,
because you
and
get
some,
more hours a
you
day.
know, yeah. Sometimes I will take a little nap after work for like an hour.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But no, I can't go to bed at 11 or something like that. No, I hate that.
Oh shit, man. Yeah,
I always need to. Yeah.
dude, put it to you this way. Late for me is 10 p.m. That's late.
No, that's when the night is young, boy. But
Yeah.
hey, let me show you this one. Let me
Yeah,
see,
let's go. Let's pick up where we left off. Yep.
pick up where we left off.
Dude, I told you, all we need is like to do these episodes is like just have 2 or 3 things to talk about. I was like, it'll go off
Yeah,
somewhere.
check this one out.
That looks familiar, Devil but
Devlin.
I definitely don't think I've ever heard it, but it looks familiar.
This,
That's the same
this
band?
is, yeah, same band, second one. This is the band from Novi, and Novi was the Vader bass player for a long
Oh,
time.
dude, that's why. Dude, you want to know a funny thing about Novi?
And these guys, they were on tour with Angel Corpse and Cannibal Corpse
Dude,
in
let me show you this.
'98, I think.
So you mentioned Novi. That's why I know the Devil. That's exactly why I know it. You want to see? You want to know something fucking hilarious that you don't even know, Seth? So
Uh-huh.
Novi from Vader. You know another band he was in?
Let me
Check
think.
this. Check this shit out, homie.
Was that Deicide? No.
So you know me, Easy, and Dawg. It's my brothers,
Uh-huh.
right? Those are my
Yeah.
brothers, and that own Hell's Headbangers, right?
Yeah.
We have a younger. So out of the 3 people that own Hell's Headbangers, I'm the youngest. But we
Mm-hmm.
have a brother that's younger than me. He's the youngest of all the boys, and then our sister's the youngest. This is our brother Craig, the one you never met, the youngest brother. His band, his debut album, which was well, I think it was 2001, 2000. I think 2001. But check this shit out, dude. And Novi's on bass.
Oh, wow. Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
But this is Craig's first album, thrash metal. Good shit. It's like death thrash.
Uh-huh.
Check it
And
out.
what's the
It's
name of the
like
band?
Crucified Mortals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
they got several releases. He has depends what you consider a full length. If you consider this, let's just consider this a full length. Some would consider an EP. I would just call it a full length. Three
Uh-huh.
full lengths and what 3 7 inches split with Exorcism, split with Fast Kill. The Deceased 10 inch kind of doesn't count because it was just demo track. I mean rehearsal tracks. There's another one though, but like 3 or 4 7 inches, 3 full lengths. But this is
Mm-hmm.
my brother's band. Like he's like, this is his band. I remember when he started when we were kids. Like the demo,
Cool.
it's just him. But he does on the album, he does a guitar and vocals. But just on this album, Novi flew in and did bass on it because the drummer Sebastian,
Yeah.
he lives here in Cleveland forever, but he's Polish. He's Polish descent. I think he moved here when he was 16, and he's friends with Novi, etc. And he
Yeah.
flew out here to play bass on that Crucified Mortals album. I met Novi at my parents' house probably around the same time I met you, 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
When I
Cool.
met him, he came over to my mom and dad's house because Craig and them were going practice and get ready to record the album. And yeah, but he's on that Novi. So
Nice.
that's funny that you know who that is.
Yeah, Novi is cool as fuck. I mean, I've seen him play with Devlin on that Cannibal Corpse and Angel Corpse tour, but I can't recall meeting him then. I bought the albums though. But then in 2006, when we toured with Vader, he was the bass player for Vader. So yeah, we hang out a lot, man. He's cool as fuck.
Oh, speaking
So
of Vader too, dude. So we'll see. So this will go up beforehand. We'll see if I get some more ducking. I gotta talk to you about some ducking too. I don't think I gave you the update. Um, But coming up the 20th of this month, it's on a Monday. This following weekend, going to Asphyx, which is gonna be a fucking bitch because I told you about my cat Trey.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go, but it's Lindsay might not be able to go just to see how he's feeling because we got to do. He's on all these meds, and we're just trying to slow down his kidney failure as much as possible. So that was a fucking massive kick in the goddamn nads. But right now he seems okay. He seems fine. But we got to give him IV fluids, etc. So, but no matter, I said I would go. Hopefully Martin from Asphyx doesn't duck my ass. I'm sure he fucking will. But nonetheless, that Monday I get back in Cleveland. There's Malevolent Creation and Vader playing. And I have Phil Fasciano, however you fuck you pronounce his fucking last name. I'll ask that on camera too. I have his phone number. He's confirmed for an interview. And I was like, can you ask Peter? And he's he's like, yeah, Peter said he'd do it. So I'm really looking forward to that because I'm a big Malevolent fan. I'm a big Vader fan. Actually, I like every album by both bands. And there's not too many bands with a discography I could say that. So we'll see if Phil and Peter duck my ass. But dude, last I talked to you through WhatsApp, did I tell you who ducked me?
What, Paul?
Paul Duckman.
He did.
Dude, check this shit out. This shit you can't even make this shit up, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I did a full blown video too, so it's recorded.
Oh,
shit,
is this about the guy who pulled the racism card?
No, I was funny. If we ran out of topics to talk about, I was going to bring that up. It's funny. I did videos on both. So what'll come out first is me calling out Paul Duckman, paid a fucking duck. That's his new goddamn name. Is that video goes up first. I call his ass out, politely, but it's all in good fun. I mean, I'm not mad. It's funny. I was like, but here's the thing is that people are like, dude, why are you calling him out? Because people are going to ask me. And they did all night. Did you get Paul? Did you get Paul? Like, people, you got to understand, people email me. So I was like, I got to make a video addressing it because people are like, where's the Paul Speckman interview? Where's the Paul Speckman interview? All right, I'll tell you what happened. So I tell the story what happened, right? So, anyways, that video's going up. It'll be up in 2-3 days, something like that. I think I'm 8-9 days ahead. I got a good backlog, but it should go up soon. I recorded it. Well, I recorded the day after the show. The show was Saturday nights, a week from today. Yeah, it'll go up in like 2 days. Anyways, a couple days later, I did a video on what you're talking about, the rip to shreds. So it's funny. The one video that goes up first looks like I'm kind of trash a master, even though that's gonna be by a pussy's fucking definition. I'm not trashing them at all. I'm just telling the truth. But then in the video coming out later, it seems like I'm totally standing up for him. But before I guess I'll ask you about the rip to shreds thing. Dude, here's what happened. Tell me this ain't ducking. Is fucking, I get to the show. Keep in mind, doors haven't even opened yet. It was at No Class, Emma, who owns No Class. I mean, I'm literally friends with her before she even owned the goddamn club, right? So I just show up, right? And Duckman, he's sitting outside on the bench, literally doing nothing. Everything's loaded up. His merch stand set up. Everything's ready to go. He's just sitting there, arms folded, bored out of his skull. And I walk up to him, and I was pretty sure it was Paul, but you never know. All these guys motherfuckers look the same, right? And before I even said, "Hey, you Paul Speckman," but even though I was 80% sure it was, he says to me, "Oh, hey, good to see you." And I was like, Paul, right, from Master? Yeah, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I watch your videos. He's like, they're pretty good. So, oh, so surely he's going to do a video, right? Knows who the fuck I am even. I didn't expect that. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, do you want to do an interview for the channel? I was like, yeah, sure, we could do that. And then, cool. I go in, I take a piss, grab a beer, and then I ask him again. So, yeah, Paul, when would you like to do this video then? We'll see, whatever. He said, I'm going to go eat now, which he did. Went and eats, comes back out, bored as fuck again. I was like, so third time, kind of like, yeah, so Paul, when would you like to do this video? I was like, we'll figure it out. I'm like, oh, that's code for you don't want to do it, dude. I'm not going to get on my knees and suck your dick. Like, what do you mean we'll figure it out? There's nothing to figure out. You're sitting there. I'm not doing it fucking, what, when you're going to play? You're not playing yet. None of the bands started. Like, let's do it now. Like, nothing to figure out. So that's code for ducking. But what I don't understand is with these guys is like, unless you're truly busy, like why? Like it's free advertisement. Like what are you doing? Like it's this complete free advertisement. That's like fucking somebody hitting you up for a TV commercial back when TV was a thing. Hey, you want a free fucking commercial? Nah, I'll figure it out. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what kind of game are you running?
My first guess is that I don't know, but my first guess is that you really need to pre-chew all the food you're serving them. Like you really say like, okay, So we'll figure it out. So can we do it in, let's say, 20 minutes? Over here, you sitting there, I'm sitting here, blah 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 blah. So like everything completely laid out with a time frame and everything and a location, you know. It seems,
That's what
yeah,
I no, but that's what I try to do. Like
yeah,
preferably days or even weeks before the show. For example, remember I asked you if you have Martin from Asphyx contact?
yeah,
It was for that reason because I don't have anything set up with Martin. As of right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
I will try to find him and I'll ask him. But
yeah,
exactly, I try to hit him up days in advance.
yeah.
When exactly do you want to do it? Like when, what time? I was like, do you want it sound check? Do you want it when the doors open? When and where? That way it's set
I
up and
can't.
they know in advance for that reason.
Thing is, I can imagine that when you arrive as a band and you arrive at a club, it's always, they have time frames for everything, like that band sound checks from this time to this time, and that's when dinner time is, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in only 20% of all the shows that actually happened according to that time. So I can imagine when I said, like, oh yeah, I'm actually supposed to sound check now. We were supposed to do an interview at 7, but we got dinner at 7. So, but then, if a guy wants to do an interview, he will, he will agree with you on something else.
Yeah,
Let's do it then. Let's meet you there. Let's do whatever. And like,
yeah,
yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, that's code for I'm too lazy. I don't want to do it. I'm not in the
correct,
mood.
correct.
I'm trying to be friendly, but I'm actually ducking your ass, but I don't want to say a hard no. Uh,
Exactly,
yeah,
100%,
all that kind of bullshit, and
100%.
yeah. Well, I know Phil and Peter are both great guys. So if you talk to them, send them my best regards. And
So you know both of them. Like they'll know if I say Seth severe
Phil,
torture,
I've,
they
I've
definitely.
I've met Phil a few times, and I talked to him online. So I know him, but Peter, I know him very well, and
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
even
Oh, you know what's
recorded.
funny about that too? Did you pick
I
up on
even
this?
record. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was gonna,
recorded the Vader song, right?
dude. So I was just gonna bring that up while I was cutting you off. I listened to the shop the other day, the double disc, the X12 or whatever the hell it's called, 12 or whatever. And yes,
25.
I
Yeah.
did not know you did backing vocals until you told me, right? I didn't
No, I
realize that.
do on the
But
song "Reborn in Flames." I do all the vocals.
yeah, but did you know it's the in the booklet it's fucked up?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I read it, I was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, I was like, we had some in stock. I'm not gonna put this back on the player. I was like, I haven't listened in a while. I was like, yeah, spruce up for the Vader show too. Let's put on some Vader, right?
yeah,
Literally what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh yeah. And I was like, I want to see if I can pick out which song Seth did. Because he told me the backing vocals. Because I didn't pick it up on the first time I heard it. And I was like, what song does he do? And it says the Cthulhu song, I think.
yeah,
But I could just tell it's a Reborn in Flames. I'm like, it's the song before. I'm
yeah,
like, I was like, this is
yeah,
there's no. I was like, this is they got this wrong. Like they print in the printer
yeah,
sleeve. I was all right. Well, at least an actual fan will know. But yeah, it's
yeah.
printed. They got the wrong song in the booklet.
Yeah, there was even a little bit of discussion in the comments because the song is on YouTube as well, and there was some discussion like, "Who's on vocals for this?" Blah 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 blah, and then someone is, "Oh, it's Seth," and "Oh, Seth from Behemoth." No, Seth from Severe Torture. Blah blah. So that was, yeah. I don't mind, for me, yeah, it's fucked up in the book. Well, I know I did it.
Yeah.
Vader knows I did it, and they were
Well,
happy, so that's all that matters to me.
I was just listening to it as either this. I think it was this week or it was the end of last week. That's when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
And you told me about that on another episode where I was thinking about it, and I was meaning to ask you then, yeah, how did that come about? Like, how did he ask you why? Like, well, how did you come about you doing that?
Um, I'm not 100% sure, but of course we did a tour with them in 2006,
Okay.
and then in 2007 I did those shows singing for Deicide.
Yes.
But yeah, but the company that was organizing that tour is the same company, Massive Music from Poland. So basically, Peter's best friend Marius, who owns Massive Music, yeah, we kind of saved the tour by doing that, So I think it was kind of a, yeah, family loyalty kind of thing between me and the Polish crew and the Massive Music crew, and then in 2008, all of a sudden, Peter, he emailed me or sent me a message like, "Hey man, we're gonna do an anniversary album, and I want you to do one of the songs on vocals. And then at first I was like, okay, so probably they're going to have a different singer on every song. But in the end, it turns out they have like 4 guest musicians on the whole thing or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it felt like a really big honor to do that. But yeah, me and Peter got along really good on that tour. And
The fact that he asked you, because when you guys toured, you were in Severe Torture and you were a drummer. Do you know if
yeah,
he's aware of Centurion and if he likes Centurion? Because that's what you did vocals in.
yeah,
But
but obviously he knew that I was doing the shows with Deicide, you know, as a vocalist. So
okay.
he knew Centurion. And actually, when I was not in Centurion during the Liber Zarzak's time, they toured with Centurion in the UK.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that was when Oscar and Jerry were in the band.
What? Yeah. What
So
are Oscar and Jerry like? Because I don't know anything about them personally. Never met them. Nothing. Do you talk to them? And you like, how are they? Like, what are they up to? Like,
I haven't spoken to Jerry ever since Centurion split up in 2001. So I don't even know where he is or
oh, okay,
if he's alive or
dead or
whatever.
in jail.
Yeah, dead or in jail. And Oscar, I know that Rob is still in touch with Oscar every now and then.
Huh?
And there was a time when we reformed Knox without Bob when I was doing drums that he was going to do the bass. But then, yeah, Oscar, let's say, is a quite complicated person. So that went, that escalated pretty quickly.
I know tons of people that are complicated. There's people that in the metal scene.
Yeah.
I can name names for days, and it's funny. There's some people that know me. They think that I don't like some of the individuals. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I like them as a person. I just don't like doing any type of business with them because they're unreliable.
Yeah. That's also personal and business can be really
Correct.
people can turn into different personalities when
Yeah,
it comes to that.
100,
By the way,
1,000%.
check this one out. You'll love this one. You probably know it.
Deface Creation.
Yes.
Dude, so I don't have that. My only introduction to Deface Creation is I had the 2-on-1 because I was late to the game. But I think it's both of them on one.
Okay. Cool.
Severed Records put it out, and I didn't know about the band, but yeah, killer Deicide Worship.
Yeah. And I can't
How many
remember
songs are
because
on that one? What song? What are a few songs? And because I could tell you, I think this is a 2-on-1.
yeah,
Serenity and
this is
Chaos.
Baptized in Fire is the first song.
Same with this. Is it titled Serenity and Chaos?
Yeah.
So this is just a repress with a different cover. So yeah, I got the poser fucking second pressing.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. At least you have it.
No, I know, but I'm saying you got the OG true fucking pressing.
Yeah, but you know the music is the same, and you got a newer disc, so yours will last longer.
True, but does yours have any does yours have lyrics in it? Because mine don't.
I think so.
Yeah, man, I got the fag version.
Let me check this out.
No lyrics in here. That's no good.
No lyrics in here either. Just
Okay, so they're both gay.
No, man, there's pictures of dudes in here, man.
That's what I got. Dudes, I got a bunch of dudes. I got a gay bar
gay as
fest.
it gets.
Yeah, gay as it gets. Exactly.
Find you pretty dudes with long hair, man.
So
like
Deface Creation, Hit the Dog Up. Hell's Headbangers would like to put this album out with the original cover, and then we can put this cover as the second piece. We can use it as another piece of artwork. We can include the gay photos in there as well, but we're going to put the vinyl out because this has never been on vinyl to my goddamn knowledge. I never seen an LP, but I want the lyrics in the vinyl too. Because, dude, this, like you know, Seth, I think this shit is fan-fucking-tastic.
It's fantastic. But the thing is, man, the original cover, it's the dudes.
Oh, well, maybe we can use this cover then. Okay, maybe my cover is better.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, this cover actually look at. Oh, you know what? This cover is actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's got an angels impaled and shit.
Yeah, you got the brutal man cover, and I got
the man version. The man version.
I got the boy version.
Right. No, right, because, dude, I'm granted, I don't know for certain because I was late to the game on them. I got that about 10 years ago. Yes, 10 years ago I was late to the game for the kiddos. To my knowledge, that's never been on vinyl. and I was
Yeah.
blown away when I first heard it because it's on that release is on Severed Records, which Severed puts out mostly that gurgle gore grind stuff and brutal death.
Uh-huh.
But you put that on,
This
it's
one
total
is
once upon the cross worship. I'm like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
this is on VOD Records, VOD, VOD Records in Sweden.
Yeah, some jabronis there probably these just some T-boners.
But I remember getting this pretty much when it came out, man. And we played a show with them in Baruch in Rotterdam.
But it's the guys, a couple members from the band Eon.
Yeah, this is pre-Eon.
That's what I didn't know. So I got an Eon super late. And technically, I'm such a fucking dumbass poser that I could have watched Eon because Eon did a tour with Christian. And I was at the Cleveland show. This is like, I don't know, back in 2015, something like that. I was at the I was at the show, but I didn't watch Eon because I just saw the name and the logo. I'm like, oh, this is going to be just some junk. So I was just hanging out with the brothers and Christian because Christian always took to us because, all three of them are brothers and the three of us are brothers. So we were just hanging out in the basement talking. If I would have known, I would have watched Eon. And those actually, shout out to Thomas from Redefining Darkness. He turned me on to Eon because he knows how much I love Deicide. He's like, have you ever listened to Eon? I'm like, no, dude. Metal Blade Records, gay logo, gay name. He's like, oh, dude, they're great. And he let me borrow a couple of their. What's that?
You could have known because there was a sign. Alex Webster was wearing their shirt a long time. The same when Alex Webster was wearing the Diabolic shirt, the City of the Dead shirt.
Dude, I'll show you. You know what? It's funny you say that, but I'll show you something.
It's usually when Alex Webster starts wearing a shirt for a long time, it's usually good music.
Well, let me show you. Let me see if I have it or if it's an Easy E photo or a J-dawg, since I have my box of photos sitting right here. Alex, oh, dude, check this shit out. Look at this to show that, yeah, Seth knows what he's talking about. This is why I rip on these fucking hoagies. They're just finding out about Centurion now. This is in 2001, Cannibal Corpse. This is Alex Webster, Taken by the Dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's wearing a Centurion shirt. Dude, and me and my brothers picked up on that. Like, holy shit, Alex has a Centurion shirt. He knows who Centurion is? Because, dude, when we met Alex, we even asked him specifically about Centurion and Severe Torture. And he's like, yeah, those are great bands. He's like, yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, and Gene from Angel Corpse has been wearing a Centurion shirt a long time on US tours. And the Christian
guys. I don't have photo evidence of.
You do. Do you have the Iron Blood and Blasphemy CD?
Of course I do, homeboy.
Check the booklet, brah.
Let's get to the bottom of this. I mean, dude, that's funny. Like, you just ask essential stuff. Do you have the Iron Blood and Blasphemy CD? It's like, dude, shit like that, you don't even need to ask. You ask do you have the new Twink mold, brah? Because that's a question. Stuff like Angel Corpse, when I talk on the channel, there's certain shit I'm just like, of course you own it. A real metalist would.
Okay. Now count the amount of Centurion shirts.
I mean, he's wearing he's wearing a Necrodeath from Italy. Fucking Helmkamp must really love himself. He's wearing a lot of Angel Corpse shirts. Oh, okay, yeah, he's wearing a Centurion. Well, for this, yeah, 2 photos here at the very, very top. Yep.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
I mean, I never saw that, but that's I mean, if somebody asked me point blank and I had to put money on it, if they said, hey, dog, do you think Gene from Perdition Temple, Angel Corpse, Malefic Throne, et cetera, new Perdition Temple on pre-order, Hell's Headbangers 2, God damn it. Do you think Gene likes Centurion? I'd be like, I never asked him, but I would bet $500 cash right now that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'd be that certain. I'm like, I was like, I never asked him if he likes Centurion or not, but I was like, I guaranteed he thinks him.
Yeah, he knows it since the first EP, actually. Yeah. The same with Bill, who was playing for Angel Corpse then.
Yeah, cool guy. I met Bill multiple times.
Yeah. But you also, of course, you got the live cannibalism.
Of course.
There's even a picture of me in there.
In the live cannibalism booklet?
Yep. I'm wearing a Night Stalker shirt and a cap backwards.
The Night
That
Stalker
was
macabre version, or just a regular Night Stalker?
no macabre version.
Yeah. Yo, you want to hear? It's related to Cannibal on that. You want to hear a funny story?
Uh-huh.
Who the fuck's this goddamn? Oh, you know what? My Live Cannibalism. It's in the box set, and that's in my closet. But I have the LP back here. If it's in the LP, I'm assuming the same collage as in the Live Cannibalism LP. Dude, so it was Cannibal Corpse in 2013, right? On the Torture Tour, which, by the way, of all the times I've ever seen Cannibal Corpse, the Torture Tour was with Immolation and Napalm Death. That is the best Cannibal Corpse set list I've ever seen them do. They played like 90 minutes and a set list I never seen them. Dude, they didn't even play Hammer Smash Face last. They did it second to last. Never seen them do it
Yeah.
ever. And they busted out Edible Autopsy off of Eating Back to
Nice.
Life. Never seen them do that. Hands down, best set list they ever fucking did. But that
Yeah.
night, I was wearing Macabre, the Night Stalker shirt, right?
Oh,
And
cool.
that exact same day, someone came up to me. It was literally that day. Like, oh, did you hear that Richard Ramirez fucking died today? It was the day. It was the day he died of liver failure in jail. I'm like, no. So I was ironically wearing the shirt, the Macabre Night Stalker, to the Cannibal show the day Richard Ramirez fucking died. It was June
that's
something, I think. It was whatever it was in 2013. I'm like, holy fuck, what are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's a cool coincidence. Yeah,
That is a very cool coincidence.
the picture that's in there, we took it at the side of the stage on Wacken. It should be somewhere down at the bottom.
Here's the collage just to give you an idea what the LP looks like. So let me look.
Yeah, let me grab the CD real quick.
Marduk's in here. That's pretty cool. Well, no, it's that Dark Funeral actually. Well, both Marduk and Dark Funeral here. Frederick, I see in here. Where the fuck's Seth? Looking for goddamn Seth in this photo.
I'm next to George and Alex on that one. But I don't know if it's in there, but we'll see.
They might have cut out Seth. They might not like your Macabre shirt, homie. Like, we're not putting them in the LP. Some poser laid this LP out.
It's down here. It's down on the left a bit. That's me.
Okay, shit, I think
Young
I saw
Seth.
that. Oh. Damn, that doesn't look anything like you, dude. Not even when I met you.
I'm smiling like...
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, to the left.
Yeah, right here, right?
Yeah. That's me.
But what year did they take that photo? Like, because obviously I know what year this came out, but was this on that tour? Or was it before that?
No. That must have been in 2000 or 2001. I think 2001.
But that's when I met you. You don't even look, because you look different even from that. Maybe it's just because it's the hat. I mean, you look drastically different.
Yeah, it's a hat.
Like, I would have never guessed, unless you told me, I would have never guessed in a million years that's you.
Yeah, but it is.
Damn.
Hey, ready for the next release? You mentioned this band before.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
I love
dude, that's Dwayniac. Well, that's Dwayne didn't get all the credit, dude. So that right there, tell him, Seth, tell him how goddamn fucking pulverizing that shit is.
Well, the thing is, this has the vocals are kind of like Immolation, and I don't know, man. It has a pingy snare. The sound is kind of weird, but the riffs are just fucking sick, man. And I remember buying this back in the day, not knowing what it was. It just I liked the logo, and I remember getting it for like 5 guilders, like really fucking cheap, man. That was before the euro, and I play this thing a lot, and I also have a full length, like another
Acrimonium.
Yeah.
They have 2 CDs. If you have both of them, you have everything. So, dude, you realize that's a band from the Cleveland area, the land.
Yeah, and the full length, the artist that did the full length cover art is Joe Maloney. He's the same guy that did Feasting on Blood and Misanthropic Carnage.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Yeah,
look at the back. I mean, look at the members, Seth.
Dwayne.
You see Dwayne.
Yeah, I see Dwayne.
That's the guy I was talking about earlier. And now you see this is for Dead by Dog too. You see the singer Rob Molzan.
Yeah,
He
with the
also
immolation
sings.
shirt on.
Yes, he sings a black metal version, which is mighty fine. I don't know if you'll like it or not because you're not a black metal guy, but it's like black and thrash, black and death, whatever.
Yeah,
Love it. Huge fan. A band called From the Depths. Rob Molzan sings for that band as well. I'm
I've
bringing
heard of
back,
them.
but From the Depths is doing a comeback show. They haven't played in years. They're playing a
Uh-huh.
comeback show for my fest only, August 1st to 2026 on a Saturday. Bubbles at the Mercury in Lakewood, Ohio. God damn it. Dead by Dog teamed up with the Ohio Death Fest. God damn it. Friday's Ohio Death Fest at the Mercury. Dead by Dog number 2, volume 2 is at the Mercury. From the Depths is another band I grew up on. Rob sings for that band as well. Fan fucking tastic. And a little fun fact, I've seen From the Depths, me, Easy, and Dawg. We saw From the Depths tons of times in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Uh-huh.
Rob already left From the Depths, right? Now they never put anything out since when he left, but Dwayne, who you just saw, Dwayne was always doing vocals for From the Depths. So every single time I seen From the Depths live, it was Dwayne singing, right? Even me, Easy, and Dawg, who are huge From the Depths fans, been watching them since since the late '90s, early 2000s. Even us, we've never seen From the Depths with Rob Molzan, but my
Uh-huh.
show is going to be with Rob Molzan singing From the Depths, which I've never seen myself. Dude, I'm like
Nice.
super stoked looking forward to it. I'm telling you, it's going to be From the Depths is so fucking good. It's not, if you like black metal, that's up anyone's alley. Like, but
Oh,
if
I
you
need to
don't,
check
then
that out.
yeah, I
I
love
need to
him.
check
But he
that
sings
out.
in a different style with the highs. It's a huge fan. But that decrepit stuff, I'm a huge fan of as well. Both discs, yeah, dude. So the From the Depths, those are coming out on vinyl. I'll make sure they're done well before Dead by Dog, right? Because they've never been on vinyl. The
Mm-hmm.
Decrepits, the Acrimonium CD, and the Creation of Sin that you just showed. Dude, we
Mm-hmm.
tried doing those on vinyl 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And not to throw him under the bus, but he knows it's him. Dwayne delayed the hell out of it because he's like, I got extra stuff, and it's like, okay, well, give us the extra stuff, and he just never gets it. To this day, that stuff's still not on vinyl. And even redefining darkness, he eventually, I'm going to put it out on vinyl. I'm like, ha, good luck with that, buddy. I tried for like 10 years. Put this way, and I told this to Tommy like 10 years ago. It's
Yeah.
still not out. I
Yeah.
would love for just even if it's not Hell's Ed Bangers, if it's anybody, for finally those two CDs to come out on vinyl. Because dude, I've owned both those discs since I was a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at actually. Oh, this was Dismal Records.
Yeah, that's Dwayne's label. Dwayne Morris, that's his label, Dismal Records. He put out the From the Depths on there.
Yeah.
He put out From the Depths. I'll show it's these two is what we're doing on vinyl, but it was also Dismal Records, Dwayne. So all you fucking hoagies, Dead by Dog. Look at this. My shit's even signed by the goddamn guys. Rob and Dwayne, and we're putting this out on vinyl. Never been out.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? Dwayne didn't put this one out. Nightfall Records did, but he put out this one. The Bereavement. This is my favorite. This is 4 songs. In my opinion, if you just consider this black metal or Black and Death, one of the greatest Black and Death albums ever in existence. Now, granted, I'm hugely biased, but I'm just saying, Bereavement. I love this cover art too.
Uh-huh. Cool, man.
But yeah, 4 songs.
That kind of looks like John Zig art, but
I'm not sure who all they are, but I've always loved that cover. I want to repress shirts of both these two for our vinyl releases just because I want one for myself. I used to own a shirt of both of these, again, back in the day, but when I bought them, I was like 13 or 14. As a matter of fact, no little fun fact. When I met Chris Barnes, Mr. Ducker, Mr. blames me for his goddamn call out on IG. I met him in 1999, Halloween night, 6 Feet Under. And Decrepit Acrimonium, that's the shirt I'm wearing. 14 years old, 1999. That's how far back Decrepit and From the Depths goes back for
yeah.
me, and nostalgia, knowing the guys. So that's why when I did my second fest, I remember emailing the main guy, Sorg, Matt Sorg. It's his mastermind. He's a guitar player. I text him. I thought there's no way, like it's impossible. There's no way. I'm like, you know, I'm putting my fest together. I was like, it'd be cool if From the Depths could do a comeback show. I was like, but I'd only want it if Molzan could do vocals because he's the singer, right? And he's like, let me ask around. He's like, maybe. I'm like, there's no way, right? And he's made it happen. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I was just throwing it out there as like, we'll see. But I was like, that ain't gonna fucking happen. But for the drummer, because they couldn't get the drummer, so he's gonna have Kyle from Incantation, which I'm sure you know him. Kyle's gonna be doing drums.
Great guy, Kyle. I love him. Do you know this band from Poland?
Damnable. Fuck yeah, dude. That shit is fucking killer fucking grind.
Yeah, but I'm sure your viewers don't know this band.
Dude, deer in headlights, dick in the mouth. Damnable even did a split with wasn't it with Hemorrhage? There's the Hemorrhage or Hemorrhage Christ Denied double 7-inch. But I think they definitely because Christ Denied and then who did they do? Did they do? I think they might have done a split with Damnable with Hemorrhage. Somebody did a split 7-inch that I done with. But yeah, Damnable for Poland, killer dude. Again, that's these guys. They tell me about these Quaker newbie fucking grind bands, and it's exactly something like Damnable, which they've never even heard. That stuff came out before their parents were even fucking smokes the shit they're bringing up. Smokes.
It's always funny when I ask Hero from Voodoo Gods, our Polish guitar player, like, what the fuck do you guys? What is in the water over there that your drummers are also goddamn fast?
Yeah.
And he always answers with the same thing. We don't drink the water, we drink vodka.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I can totally see
God
that.
damn it, man. Like that band Infernal War. You know them?
Yeah, I did. Dude,
shit,
that's the that was they just played Chicago at the Metal Threat, which most of the bands canceled. That's the one band I still almost kind of wanted to go for. Dude, Infernal War is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I know I have an EP and I might have a full length, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I like that band.
Yeah, the Infernal Wars. Yeah, Terror Front is probably what you own. That might be the demo that I own. Well, two discs for sure. One might be downstairs, but there's Terror Front. That's a full length. And then there's Axiom.
I can't. It reflects a little bit, but that could be the one that I have. A great cover.
Axiom.
Oh, I don't know if I have that one. I have a different one, but it's not in here. Actually, I don't know why.
But yeah, just blasting Black and Death, I guess. Black metal. Like, what would you consider it? It's black metal, death metal, Black and Death.
Yeah, it's like in between. I consider it it's like Black Death, War, Angel Corpse kind of style, but Australian impiety kind of. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
War Machines. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I really wish I would have got to go to see at least them. And an interview would have been awesome too, but yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, the newest release that I have in the stack here, because most of the stuff that I got is like from the mid or early 90s and the late 90s or early 2000s, because that's like for a lot of people some kind of forgotten era. I mean, sometimes they come up with new bands like, oh, have you heard this band? And it's like, yeah, man, I got 12 of these bands that came out in 95, man, come on. And
exactly, I know.
But these guys, they don't fuck around. Continuum of Xul. And this is the first EP.
That's one I don't even know.
Yeah, they have a full length out now. This is out on Lava Dome, and Lava Dome, I think, is a great label from Jan. And this is some kind of Hate Eternal, maybe a bit of Centurion in there. It has the singer from Anthropophagus and the guitar player of Ad Nauseam.
Anthropophagus, is that the band with No Waste of Flesh album?
The Italian band.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it's
they were on Steve Green's label.
Yeah, you're talking about this band, right? This band, Seth.
Yes, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And then they also have the guitar player from the band Ad Nauseam, Matteo Gresla, and he's a ridiculously good guitar player. He's kind of like a Rob from Centurion.
So it's called, what's the name of the band again?
Continuum of Xul. I'll make
And,
sure that I'll send you a link later on. A YouTube
yeah,
link.
and send me. I didn't ask because I didn't. I forgot the name of it, but I can just figure it out from Metal Archives. The band that the singer from Rebellion, the singer that died, his other band.
Loey. What was his other band? I don't know if Loey
You
had
told
another band.
Hoarder or not? It wasn't Hoarder.
No, the guitar player from Rebellion,
One of the
Fabiano.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah, he had the other band, The Order.
yeah. The Order. That was the band. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to check that out still too because I never even heard of it.
Oh man, it's so good. You'll love it. You'll
Yeah,
love
never even
it.
heard of it.
You might even like it better than Christian.
Dude, it's funny you
Oops.
say that because specifically Abhorrence, Evoking the Abomination,
Yeah,
and Rebellion, Burn the Promised Land. Those two albums, I definitely like it more than some Christian for sure. Those albums are
yeah,
so
and
goddamn fucking good. It's insane.
and The Order smokes both those albums.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a tall statement, brah.
said it and meant it, brah. Hey, check this one out. I bet you don't have that one.
No, but I've seen that. I don't have it, but I've seen it. Is
Yeah, this is
but I,
this was Mike Hubrovak's band.
who?
Mike Hubrovak. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Hub, Hub, hey, Rubovchuk. He was in Monstrosity as well.
Oh, okay.
This is Morbid Angel Worship.
And it's
And I met these,
Divine Rapture's the band, right?
yeah, and I got
But it's
this
funny.
CD.
Again, so much stuff like and kicking myself because there's stuff that I found out. Eon's one of them. Like we had all their albums, they're sold out, and I had to go back and buy some of them from like Discogs or whatever. But stuff like that, the Divine Rapture, I pulled it. We had it in stock, but
Yeah,
it's impossible to listen to everything, and you don't know what's what. Like, and things are going in and out, coming in and out so fast, and you forget about
yeah.
shit, and it's lost in the shuffle. But I pulled that at least a few times, but never listened to it.
Yeah, I got this from the guys in the band because we were at the pre-party from the Milwaukee Metal Fest in '99, and that was at the Ambassador Hotel, the
Oh,
hotel
it's
where
that. Oh,
Jeffrey
it's that. I didn't think.
Dahmer.
I didn't think that CD was that old. I was thinking that was mid 2000s.
No, it's that
Oh
old.
shit. Oh shit. That's all the
Because
more. It's probably good.
yeah, this was just out then. This is from '99. They just
Dude,
released this.
because I got a phrase when it comes to that, and that goes basically my era, not the geezers. Let's say 2003 down. That's like the old shit, right? But anything from 2003 under to 1980, whatever. And my
Yeah,
line is, dude, when it comes to these newbies and shit, don't worry, there's some new stuff coming out that I do like. People know I watch channel. But to me, dude, old is fucking gold.
yeah, yeah.
Because the old
Well,
shit's the best for the most part. Like, dude, if you say it's like Morbid Angel Worship Death Metal from 1999, it's
yeah,
not guaranteed to be good, but there's an 85% chance it's good.
yeah. It is, but it is pretty good. It's a good album, and it sounds fresh. I like
Yeah.
it. Then this is actually from I think all the bands, one of the bigger bands, but they only put out one album, and I have another CD with a bunch of the demos. But there's a reference to the band Brutality because Jared Pritchard, who plays for this band, does also their recordings. He has a studio. He also records and mixes Gruesome. But this was
Okay.
his
Yep.
band, Eulogy. You know this
Oh,
one.
I think I had. Yeah. That was. But dude, speaking of keyboards, I have that. Oh, but no,
Yeah.
I have a repress of it though.
So
That
if it
is
comes to
that has
yeah, if it
keyboards in it though.
Yeah, but if it comes to doom death metal with keyboards, all that kind of stuff, and they have a new band now that came out of this that is called Pulchra Morte.
Oh, I don't know that. No.
Yeah, they're putting albums out and everything. They do shows, and
No,
it's
but
with
there's somebody else. Who else is? It's not Eric Rutan, but there's another like known guy that's in that. I'm almost positive. It's that's how I checked it out. Are you, who is it? Is it somebody from Monstrosity or Malevolent or
maybe
who?
James Mendina.
No, because I remember it's what
James.
the reason I it's the reason I
Oh,
checked it
Jason
out.
Avery.
Yes,
Maybe.
Jason Avery because he's the singer. He's on the Monstrosity.
Oh, he
He
was.
sings on the third album, which is fan fucking tastic in my goddamn book.
Oh, was that the one that came out on Hammerheart?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the orange one. with the computer made
Guy
cover.
zapping the guy zapping the angel, and you know what? Actually, that's at the warehouse because I was listening to that's the tour I saw them on.
Yeah,
This is
I
the
got
third
it
album.
here.
It's the first one without Corpse Grinder. Dark Millennium. Is that the name of it? Why am I drawing a goddamn blank? No, Millennium's the second album.
Millennium is
Dark
Purity,
and in Dark Purity, yes.
in Dark
With that
Purity.
cheesy cover, that wizard zapping the
Yeah.
Jason Avery's the guy that sings on that album.
Yeah.
That's why I checked that out.
But that's a sick. That album came out on Hammerheart, I think.
Might be. Mine's a digipack. It's signed by all the guys too, because that was the first time I saw Monstrosity. It was in 1999, and that's when I met all the guys that had them sign it and shit. But actually, I was literally re-listening to that in the shop 2 weeks ago. I just brought my personal copy, and that's still at the warehouse, sitting by the stereo.
But I gotta say, and I don't know if you agree with me, but Monstrosity, in my opinion, never made a bad record.
Correct. I own all of them, dude.
They haven't made many, but even the newest one, I think it's really fucking tasty death metal,
man. This is the newest one, right?
Yeah, I like it.
I shouted this out on the channel. I was like, at first it takes a few listens to kind of grab you. I was like, but when you listen, I was like, it's got really cool riffs.
That's the thing. It has riffs for days. Lee Harrison, man, he's the fucking man. And that's a good one too. I have that.
Dude, they're all good. Yeah, Rise the Power. They're all good. I have them all. They're all, the first three are gold as fuck. Like, you can't go wrong with the first three.
Yeah.
But they're all good.
Yeah, they're all good. Monstrosity did them. They never. Do you know, by the way, this Brazilian band? Haha. Exterminate.
No, never heard of them.
And this is with the Rebellion drummer and the guy doing guitars and vocals. What's his name again? Oh man, I'm terrible with names. Adriano Martini, of course. He was playing guitars for Rebellion, the last tour that they did in Europe. And I was in Amsterdam with them, and I sang the song Legion with them on stage.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
But there's these guys. I don't know if you can see.
Hell yeah. Here's
the Rebellion drummer, and this is Adriano Martini. But this album, dude, they have another one that I still don't have. This is the only album I got. But dude, sick fucking album.
Now, is it more like Christian style, or since it's called Exterminate, is it like more like Angel Corpse, or?
No, it's I would at first I would say it has some Rebellion elements, but Adriano Martini has his own typical way of writing. He's not a Fabiano Penna, so they they got their own vibe to me.
What do you say? It's just death metal?
Yeah, but fast. It has the Brazilian temperament.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. It's not for fucking wimps, you know. No,
right.
Definitely not. You know, it has the fire. Another one that has fire. Oh man, this is a sick fucking release. I have another CD. I think that has an EP or demos, but this is the album.
Flesh Ties. That's what I'm trying. Dude, I'm trying to do it on vinyl. You watch my channel, brah. I shouted out to the Here Among Thorns EP. So here's what I want to do, Seth, is I want to do 2 LP releases. That's their full length, that on vinyl, and I want to do the Here Among Thorns on side A or B, and on the B side the demo, because that's their entire discography, which I don't even own the demo. Yeah. The one guy, Gareth or something, he hit me up, and he saw my video, and he sounded interested, and he just said, like, what would the offer be? I'm like, I don't know, I'll just send you like 15% of the copies or whatever. I mean, you're a defunct band. Like, well, I mean, it's not gonna be 10 grand. Like, I don't know. But he never got back to me. Because I think he had a check. He's like who owns it or who has files? And granted, I didn't follow up. But so Flesh Ties, if you hear this too, Flesh Ties, Obscenity, Deface Creation, man, all kinds of motherfuckers that need to email me from this video.
Yeah. Well, it's the good stuff, man. And
totally the good stuff.
Now I got an album. This is what I always play when Lenzik from Cephalic Carnage visits my house. This is the kind of stuff we jam.
That looks familiar. No, but it looks familiar.
Goratory.
Oh, I know the name. Yeah, I know the name, but I don't think I've ever. But isn't that 90s, like mid 90s?
2001. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a new album out, and I think the new one is out on Everlasting Spew Records from Italy.
Now that's like brutal death metal, right?
Oh, dude, it's fucking sick. It's brutal death metal, but the good one, the good kind. You know,
Dude,
the
I got to
early
go back to listen
2000s.
because the thing is, I think I've seen that cover 100 times in Baxter's shop when he was doing the extreme music. Did you ever when you came to Ohio, did you ever see Baxter's shop, the extreme music shop that he ran with the bladed records out of it?
Yes, and I saw all the shady magazines, and
Yeah, the porn magazines
and
on the
we
wall.
yeah, we did a lot of smoking back in the shop in the back.
Yeah,
And I
that's where he smoked
remember
weed. Yeah.
Ruben from Devourment was there. I met him there.
Oh, I never met Ruben there, but yeah, all those guys. We called it
Yeah.
back then. We called it the Baxter scene. We didn't mean it in a bad way. We didn't mean in a good way. We just meant when we said the Baxter scene, we were talking about the brutal shit, the gore grind, the
Oh
brutal
yeah.
death. And I know I've
And I
seen that cover, that Goratory. I know I've seen it on his glass table, and
yeah.
almost everything from his glass table I bought, but some stuff would sell out. So that's literally one I've seen tons of times. Like I recognize it, but pass me up. So I never got it,
Yeah.
never heard it.
Brian Baxter had the brutal stuff, man, with the Bladed Records and his distro and the bands that he booked on Ohio Death Fest. There was like only sick bands, man.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to skip a band back in that day.
Dude, that's why it's crazy
Yeah.
because bands like specifically these two, Aborted and Devourment. When I got into those bands, it was on Aborted only had Purity of Perversion. That was on
Yeah.
Baxter's glass top table. Bought it because the cover. And Devourment, Molesting the Decapitated, on top of Baxter's glass table. Bought it
Yeah.
because the cover. Dude, like, granted, people in that scene, yes, they knew that, like, oh man, that shit's sick. But it was nowhere near to the extent it is now. Like, it was underground, underground.
Yeah.
Now all these like I don't know, dude. It's just back then it was a way more magical time. That's all I gotta say.
It was, and especially for us Europeans, because you had to get that shit over the ocean. You need to first figure out what to get. You need to get in touch with guys like Brian Baxter, Eric Lindmark, Rich Lipscomb,
Mm-hmm.
Dave Kibler, all these motherfuckers that and Hound from Corpse Gristle. And these guys, they would send you up like the good shit, and maybe pop in some extra CD or whatever, or some flyers, and then you'd figure
Right.
out about more bands. And we got lucky that we played in a band, and I got lucky to see a lot of these brutal bands at first at Milwaukee Metal Fest, because that's the first time I saw Cephalic Carnage play live and Anal Blast. By the way, see that?
Oh, I didn't pick up on that, dude. Another one. I'm in contact with trying to put that on vinyl. Vaginal Vampires.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that album
But
is so that album is so fucking catchy. It's not even funny.
yeah, it's sick. But I mean, the bands that we saw there, many of these bands, they never been to Europe, man. Or
Oh,
it
sure.
took
I'm
years
sure.
for them to come to Europe. I mean, when I saw Prophecy at the Ohio Death Fest, I had
Awesome.
that CD.
Yep.
What's
Foretold
it?
Foreseen.
Foreseen, foretold, foretold,
Foretold Foreseen.
foreseen, whatever.
Fantastic album.
Man, but then seeing them live, that was fucking magical, brutal death metal wise,
Dude, do you
because
remember the
all your
singer? Dude,
fucking
that was one of the bands that stood out the most for me. Because you remember the singer? His
yeah,
stage banner was hysterical. He had like these long ass stories in between each
yeah,
song, and it was awesome.
and then in his Texas slang,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
from
That they were great. They were one of the standout bands for me. You got to remember the first time I heard them was at
yeah,
that show, and I bought the CD at that show.
yeah, they're from Fort Worth. And the guy who sings for that band, what was his name? Phil
I
Holland
for,
is his name.
I think it
And
was
he
Phil,
has,
but I can't. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Phil Holland, and he has a horse ranch, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yes, or I mean, I still have him on Facebook, man.
I
And the
mean,
reason
that's
that,
the only time I met him. We met him. Me and my brothers talked to him like a little bit, just like the first time we met you and the rest of your tortures, that
yeah,
type of scenario. And I remember him being very friendly, but I've never seen him ever
oh,
since. And that
he's
was
super
that
friendly.
was a
I
good one.
mean, when
Yeah.
when he walked up to us, I mean, on the Ohio Death Fest, I remember him walking up to us like, "Hey, man, I'm Phil. I play in a band called Prophecy." And I was like, "God damn, Prophecy! I have your CD." Blah blah blah. And he was like, "You have our album? That's fucking great, bro." I was like, "How do you know us?" I was like, "Yeah, I got a flyer. I see a band called Prophecy with a brutal death metal album coming out with guest vocals from Eric
By John
Lindmark
Gallagher.
and John Gallagher." Of
Yeah.
course, I got it. That was like finding the Holy Grail. And then you
Best
got
vocals.
that
The song
album,
too.
and
They have a song called "Dig in a Pit." That's the
yeah.
best
Oh,
vocals.
track
Fucking
number
great.
4. That's the fourth song. I
Is
think.
it? But I'm pretty sure it's
Perform.
Digging a Pit song, right? Is that the vocals they do?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure it's that one. But yeah, but I mean, dude, yeah, I mean, I didn't hear them prior to the show, saw them at the show, thought they were great, and went up to their merch stand and bought the fucking CD. And maybe the singer was doing the merch. I can't remember, but we definitely met him and went up to him. Think maybe I had him sign it. I don't remember. But then that same Chinese label I was telling you about that did the Obsidies on vinyl, they pressed that on vinyl. And we got a few in trade. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, somebody pressed the Prophecy, Foretold, Foreseen on vinyl, because that's the shit I grew up on as a kid. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah,
cool when other labels do that stuff of stuff that I was a kid. Because I thought it's guys like me and you that knew about that. Everybody else, because you talk to the current people, they don't even know what that shit is. I
no, they
feel
don't.
so. The people that I mostly talk to, or they come up to me at shows, fans and stuff. A lot of times I feel so alienated because they're asking me about, hey, bro, have you heard stabbing? I'm like, who?
Yeah,
They're asking me all these. I was like, and I'm not trying to make fun of them, but I just feel like I'm in a different metal world because I'm like, they're asking about all these bands, and I feel like that grandpa dad. I was like, I don't even know who the fuck that is, brah.
yeah. I kind of check shit out still, and I try to keep up, but I don't know them all. There's a lot of stuff I still don't know. There's also still a lot of old stuff that I don't know. But um, yeah. I mean, it's when it comes to these brutal death metal bands, especially the new ones, they present a new brutal death metal band, and then I play it. It's like, man, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but I have at least 100 CDs in my collection in the same style that do it better, and it
Dude,
sound
it's
more unique and more authentic.
Dude,
And
that's the
and
reason.
there's
That's the reason why most of the time I don't check that style out anymore. I do once in a while because every time
yeah,
I do, Sanguizio Bog was one of those. It's like the cover says "Caveman Death Metal." I put it on. I'm like,
yeah,
this is early 2000s death metal that I heard 20 times. Like, what do you? I was like,
yeah,
I can't remember who, but I remember when I listened to it. I'm like, it's not bad. I was like, but I can literally name 20 fucking bands that did this between
yeah,
2001 and 2005 that were better.
yeah.
I was like, I don't
There's a
get it.
bunch. Yeah, from the new bands, there's a bunch of good ones. I mean, you're talking about Stabbing and that first EP and the first full length. I think are fucking good, really good.
Oh, maybe maybe I should listen to them then.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Another good one is Invericund. I think. I
Never
hope
heard.
I pronounce it right. It's from Italy. And another one that's really good, that's called Infuriate. But the singer died, unfortunately. They only have one album out on Everlasting Spoo Records. And it sounds like a Diesel Flash kind of band, but with Gorgut style vocals. It's fucking amazing, man. Riffs, catchy stuff, good breaks, good songs, you'll love it. But
Did
it's
you ever
only
check
a
out that band?
handful.
Did you ever check out the band that I talked about multiple times? I did an interview with them. I'm friends with. Is that gore grind band Melting Rot? Have you ever listened to that?
I've listened to that, but talking about Gorgrind, I'd listened to him. I thought it was okay, but not
Uh
more than okay. I
oh,
picked
I
this one
loved it.
out because I have a Gorgrind album ready now to show you that I actually do like a lot. This was on
Oh,
Relapse.
gruesome stuff relish, dude.
Yes.
That's like the best fucking hemorrhage worshiping band ever, and they're
Yeah,
from
you
Spain
probably
as
want to
well.
release. You're probably looking to release this on vinyl, right, or not?
I'd be willing to work with them, yeah, because that was a band, dude. I got the first time I heard gruesome stuff relish is because they did a split 12-inch with the band Splatterhouse, which I'm also a huge fan of. Splatterhouse went on to go just do one full length on Razorback Records called The House That Dead Built. That stuff is
Uh-huh.
great. And it's funny, when I was listening to gruesome stuff relish side, I was like, this is fucking great. I was like, it sounds like Hemorrhage. And then they at the end of it, they covered Decomposers by Hemorrhage. And yeah, I have a bunch of gruesome stuff relish CDs, a couple vinyls and 7 inches. But the CDs that I have by gruesome stuff relish is these ones. I have that one, which is fucking great.
Cool. Yeah, I like these. I like these covers.
This one exists on vinyl because I recently got it.
Uh huh.
This is the one you just showed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Then I have this split, and then another
Nice.
split.
Cool. Yeah.
Those are
I
all the
don't. I
CD version I have, but yeah, great band.
This is the only one I have, and I picked it up like coincidentally because I think back in the day there was a bunch of Dutch guys working for Relapse, and I'm pretty sure that either Max or Wilco or one of these guys recommended this. Like, hey, you don't like a lot of grind, but we know you like Napalm Death, Nasum, Symphonies of Sickness, and Necroticism style Carcass, you know. So you
Mhm.
might check this out, and I fucking love it, man. It's a sick album. So
Oh, nice.
I play it every once in a while. Let me see what's the next. Oh yeah, this is a band from a buddy of mine, Kyle Christman. This is band Human Filated.
Oh, again, I recognize that cover, but I don't think I ever heard it. What year is that?
I think yeah, this is also like pretty early mid 2000s. Let me see. Let me look that up in my list because I have my list open here. I can see the year. Yeah, the first one is from 2007 and the second one is from 2010.
See, yeah, that makes sense then why I didn't hear it, because I always say
Yeah,
on the channel around '05 is when I really slowed down on checking out the brutal shit. Just because it all
yeah,
started, dude, I couldn't tell you by '05. I remember I was 20 years old in 2005, and every brutal band I was checking out, I was just getting so annoyed and irritated because I'm like, okay, it either sounds like Disgorge California, Devourment, or Cock and Ball Torture. Almost everyone else, I was like, this is getting fucking annoying. I was like, why are you guys all just
yeah,
trying to sound like the same bands? As opposed to when you
yeah,
picked up, dude, when Aborted did Purity of Perversion, you picked that up and it was brutal and sick as fuck, but it sounded like absolutely nobody.
yeah,
That's what I liked. When it was shit where you're like, whoa, you could literally, they had bands at that time had their own identity. Now, don't be wrong, I'm not saying nothing's 2005 up came out that was good. There is. But it got to the
yeah,
point where I wasn't checking as much out because I was just almost like a little jaded. I'm like, this is annoying. All these bands are just
yeah.
ripping each other off.
Well, the thing is, it has to do. I think a lot of it has to do with inspiration, and a lot of it has to do with some using it right and some using it wrong.
Mm.
You know, because a lot of people were bitching at us too with Severe Torture, Centurion, where we came out with our stuff. And they're like, "Man, that's not real death metal. It's all about Morbid Angel. It's about the the old bands." But we got inspired by them and made it a bit more brutal. But
Yeah,
what happened then is something that we never expected: is that there were also bands that were inspired by us for
yeah.
some weird fucking ass reason.
Because that's their generation. They're like my age or younger, and they're
Yeah,
hearing it.
but
That's the first band they're hearing.
yeah, and Human Filated is one of these bands because this guy Kyle, he even has a feasting on blood tattoo on his arm.
Nice.
Uh, but there's also this band from Greece, Blustery Cavid. They have a lot of severe torture influence. Mass Infection. They do the same kind of riffing and all that kind of stuff. But this band, Human Filated, it's worth checking out really. And
Okay.
if
Yeah.
for the people who view this, if you're into brutal death metal and you can't get enough of it, but you want the good stuff where you can actually hear good riffs and fucking sick patterns, get Human Filated. You won't be
Well, the good
disappointed.
news about the brutal shit, where if I will always give all of it this credit, usually it goes with the gore grind and the brutal death, is none of it. I mean, there's exceptions, don't get me wrong. None of it's like complete garbage to where I want to shut it off. It's at least I'm entertained. But a lot of it, it goes in one ear, out the other. But I wouldn't shut it off. I was like, it was a good background. As opposed to with black metal, there's some shit where I was like, I'll shut it off. I was like, this is legitimately annoying me.
Yeah,
There's some heavy metal from the 80s, like obscure heavy metals, where it's so geezer ass grandpa that it's putting me to sleep that I'll shut it off. Doom metal is almost a guarantee I'm going to shut it off, with exceptions. I like some doom metal, but there's a very good chance if it's doom metal, I'm going to shut off. As
yeah,
opposed to if you hand me a brutal death metal record that came out in 2008 on Severed Records, there's a very good chance I'm not going to like it to the point where I'm going to buy it. But there's
yeah,
a very good point where I'll still be at least somewhat entertained. I'm like, it was okay. I won't shut it off. I was like, it was
yeah.
entertaining, you know.
Yeah, the stuff that I turn off really fast is 95% of all the slam that comes out there with the wee kiki vocals, kind
That
of,
could get annoying. Yeah, that shit could get annoying. Yeah, yeah.
get the fuck out of here, man. It's just a rap beat with a low string E and a low tuned guitar and a pick. It's
The reason those bands annoy me is because, dude, it feels like to me like Limp Biscuit fucking wiggers that are polluting the metal
yeah,
scene. That's what it
yeah,
is. It's a bunch of
yeah,
wiggers that have no business being into death metal, and they came in the
Mhm.
Cannibal Corpse shows, the Broken Hope shows, the Suffocation and Devourment shows, and they put down their fucking gay ass
Yeah,
Corn and Limp Bizkit, and they're like, yeah, let's play this too, and they combine the two, and then they show up in
yeah,
their sports jerseys, their baggy pants, their fucking bling bling, their fucking
yeah,
boombox on a shoulder, their goddamn sidewards caps, and they're like, yeah, man, we're sick. This is the sick shit, and it's just a bunch of fucking fags that got no business being in this scene.
yeah.
That's my
Well,
take on it.
a band that are definitely not fags, and a great sick evil band was this one from Texas.
Oh, imprecation. See, the funny thing is, dude, is that's the truest of death metal stuff, but for whatever reason, that band kind of doesn't do much for me. However, I like the follow-up band, Infernal Dominion, who was also at Ohio Death
Oh yeah,
Fests. I always
yeah.
liked Infernal Dominion more. Granted, I heard Infernal Dominion first.
Yeah, Infernal Dominion was also really good. I think actually they played with us when we did a show in Texas on the tour in the States.
They played,
But
I don't remember what if they played the same year Ohio Death Fest you guys played, but they did play one of the years because I was there.
uh-huh, yeah, that might have been 2002. I'm not sure, but
Could have been '02 because you guys played both 2001 and 2002 Ohio
yeah,
Death Fest,
yeah,
right? Both years.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Well, and then I ran into this CD and I completely forgot about it. It looked familiar, and I was like, "What the fuck is this again?" It appears to be a Swedish band, and I played it, and it's not bad, man. It's actually pretty fucking good. Impious.
Why does that name sound super familiar, but I don't recognize the logo and I don't recognize the cover? But the name sounds super familiar.
Yeah, it's Impious, and this album is from Black Sun Records. Let me check the year because this is definitely somewhere late 90s.
Late '90s. Okay, maybe that's why. Probably in a thanks list or something I've seen it
Yeah,
because I
this
don't
one is from
recognize the.
90. Yeah, this one is from 98. And it is somewhat melodical Swedish death metal, not super melodical,
But
not dark
dude,
tranquility.
I like some melodic shit. Some and people think that I from the channel like, oh, I know you wouldn't like it because it's melodic. I'm like, then you don't
Yeah.
know me, bro. I was like, I probably like a lot more melodic shit than you realize. Hell, I like the fucking early Arch Enemy albums, and that's saying something, brah.
Yeah, the first two, actually the first two are pretty good.
Yeah, they
And
are.
then they got the chick as a singer, and we're done.
100% agree, but I will say this, and I've been meaning to go back and listen to it from what I remember. The first Chick album, not saying it's awesome, but even that one, I remember being pretty good. Now, after that, it became a complete fucking clown fest. But the first
Yeah.
one, Wages of Sin, I remember it being pretty good, but a little bit, for lack of better words, commercial metal. Even though the album before that, Burning Bridges, is kind of commercial, even though I do like that one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but Burning Bridges down, I definitely like those albums. Those are good fucking records. Now, people are gonna come in and make fun of him. I was like, I'm not saying it's fucking the Tish. I'm not saying it's the heavy, the sick shit, the brutal shit. I'm not saying watch out, abhorrence. It's not like, no, it's the pussier shit. I was like, but I think it's a good, enjoyable commercial metal record. Like, I don't just listen to 24/7 Rebellion of Abhorrence, the Tish, and nonstop blasting
Yeah.
brutality. It's like I do like some other stuff. I like Iron Maiden. I like Judas Priest. I
Yeah.
like Merciful Fate. I do like other shit.
Yeah. When it comes to Swedish death metal, I just dug it up because it's always next to my CD player. I think this is the best Swedish release ever.
See, I love that record, but I don't think it's the best Swedish release ever. But I do love it.
This is my favorite. And I saw a clip from Grave, who is now in the original lineup.
Same. Somebody sent
Uh,
to me, a fan sent to me, and I watched it. I'm like, the guys look old as fuck, but goddamn, does it sound good?
oh, this Jurgen Zandström sounds like
Sounds
fucking back
awesome.
in the day.
His
I've
voice
seen him
sounds
live.
just like the albums. Yeah.
I've seen him live in '96 on the Solus tour, and he sounds exactly the fucking same. It's whoa.
Well, so Seth,
I was
my goal
impressed.
is because that lineup is supposed to play an entire old school set, including demo
Yeah,
songs. It says on the flyer, Corpse songs,
yeah,
and they're called Corpse. Because their first demo, I don't know if you know that, their first demo is under the name Corpse, and it's so
yeah.
fucking good, that demo. So fucking good.
I know.
Dog owns it, of course. It's fucking they're playing Maryland Death Fest next year. Not only am I
Yeah,
gonna, I'm definitely gonna watch that, but my goal is I want to interview all the original guys, Jorgen, Allah, all them, like on camera.
yeah,
Now, will they fucking duck my ass? Probably, but I really want to interview because and I'm gonna bring my LPs of
Yeah.
both my bootleg demo LPs and my official album LPs, and I want them to sign all that shit. Like,
Yeah, I got every Grave CD there is, and I think Grave is just. I think they're quite underrated because everyone is talking about Entombed and Dismember the whole time. But I think Entombed is a great band. You know, don't get me wrong. But I think Left Hand Path is, you know, it has some fillers.
oh
Clandestine
really?
has some fillers. And after that, they became a whole different band. And the same goes with Hypocrisy. You know, I think Penetralia is all right. I think Osculum Obscenum is contender with You Will Never See if it comes to the best Swedish album. The same with Indecent and Obscene from Dismember. I think those three to me are my personal favorites when it comes to Swedish death metal. But
It's
You Will
funny, I
Never
never did my
See.
top three because I always said my favorite Swedish, as far as album, excluding demos, because the Grave demos are probably my favorite stuff out of Sweden ever, especially the Putrefaction Painful Death demo, their side project band.
Yeah,
That's probably my favorite shit out of Sweden, but I always said albums like An Ever Flowing Stream was my favorite album, but I never did second and third. But you know what? It might be either the first or second Hypocrisy. So you said Penetralia is okay. I
yeah,
think both the first two Hypocrisies are absolutely amazing. And those
yeah.
probably would be my top three, either one of those.
Yeah, what the thing with You Will Never See to me is that it's from beginning to end, every second, every song is super fucking catchy. It
Mm-hmm.
does. There's not a dull moment on the record, and before you know, it's done. And it's you. Also remember the first time I heard it, it stuck to my mind. You know, You Will Never See Heaven. That was
Yeah.
so sick back in the day when you heard that. You know, it meant something. And uh, um, yeah, I think it's even some people say Into the Grave is better, but I think You Will Never See is the best thing they've ever done. And when I think about the first Dismember album, I can name a whole bunch of songs and I can whistle along with a whole bunch of songs, but not with every fucking note. And You Will Never See. I don't know, man. I guess it's like spiritual healing from death. It's
Mm-hmm.
like perfect. There's like nothing. All the waste is cut off. It's yeah. I think it's brilliant, but it's a taste, personal taste thing. I guess.
You like their Solus album then? The third one? Did you like the Solus album by Grave then?
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually like all the Grave albums.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Shit, even like Hating Life and all that?
yeah, yeah. I think Hating Life is probably my least favorite, but mainly because Ola's voice was not really heavy at that time
Yeah.
because he just started doing vocals. But it has a bunch of really killer songs. But even the later albums, even though some of the albums are not super well produced, in my opinion, because the guitars are so low that some of the definition goes out of it. So I really have to listen carefully to hear the riff. And that's something, you know, when you listen to You Will Never See, you can hear the riffs perfectly, crisp, you know, crystal clear, and it's still heavy, you know. It has a nice acoustic production, but still great, man. I like the style. It's just pure fucking death metal. No alien hoagie shit like Hypocrisy did on the later albums, you
Right.
know. No rock
Yeah.
and roll shit like Entombed. Is if you want death metal and Swedish death metal, you you get Grave, you know. And you know, Dismember, I love him, you know, and I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, as you know, so I dig Dismember, but I can
Mhm.
imagine that to some people, Dismember is not death metal enough, you know, maybe a little bit too melodic, or some albums, maybe
I always just
especially
look
the
at it. I
Iron
never just,
Crosses.
yeah, when people say that stuff, I was like, it's not a brutal death metal band, but I always consider it
Yeah,
death metal by my definition for sure.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. It is death metal, 100%, you know. And I think even the better Dismember really, because everybody's talking about the first two, but that album Hate Campaign and the
But
album
I
Death
say,
Metal and that
Hate Campaign
EP
is my one of my
Misanthropic.
favorite albums ever.
Well, because that Misanthropic EP, do you know that one?
Of course,
Sick, sick
it
fucking
kills.
EP,
Like
man.
right before the death metal album came out, because the one of the
Yeah,
song, I think it was Misanthropic. It's got one
yeah,
unreleased song, and then what is it, Shapeshifter?
yeah.
It was basically a taste, like a feeler, like hold the crowd off before death metal came out.
But I think that's some of the better Dismember stuff, and of course Pieces, the EP.
Yeah, pieces, right?
That's
Yeah, yeah. But Hate
yeah,
Campaign, that was the first time I saw him was on that tour, and I love that Hate Campaign album.
yeah, yeah. That was good. Let me see. What do I have here? Oh, this is another band from Brazil.
Oh, Pious Malevolence. Yeah, I do know them, but it's a band I've completely forgot about. I can't
Yeah,
even remember how it sounded or nothing. But yes, I do know about them.
it doesn't sound like all the other Brazilian bands. Or
Okay.
all the other Brazilian bands. It's not like a rebellion Christian kind of band. It's more like a well, I wouldn't say Cannibal meets some people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Cannibal meets some other bands, you know. Cannibal
Yeah.
has some support acts, but no,
Yeah.
I picked it up and I played it today. It's good stuff, but I guess impossible to get right now. I don't know where you would get something like this.
Just Discogs. You'd have to buy it from somebody's collection.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, and then we talked about this band. You know these guys, but this is actually the only album I have. Unfortunately, I'm still looking for
The
more.
Piety. Yeah, we've worked with them. We didn't put that one out, but we put out multiple releases by them. But yeah,
Yeah, I need the rest still, but this is a great album.
it's funny because over the years, from their very first record is just pure black metal, and then Skull fucking Armageddon. It's like I still consider it black metal, but it's almost like Sodom trying to play like Immortal style black metal. That's the best way I can describe it because it's really blasting, but it's raw and it's got thrashy riffs. Really, I mean, that's my favorite one, Skull fucking. And then Chaos Command 696, which is their third album. That's kind of the sound that they stuck with the most for the later ones. The one you just showed at one was a little bit more the black and war metal, chaotic. They kind of stuck with that formula on. But there's kind of like three eras of the band, basically.
Yeah, I bought this because Gene from Angel Corpse is always posting about them.
Well, of course, I can see. I'm sure Gene loves Impiety. I'm sure he does. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Well, talking about some old school brutal death metal, and one of the first bands in the brutal death metal genre that started it, but also one of these guys died, from what I heard. You know this one.
Infamy, yeah. He died like before the album came out because it's like dedicated to him in there, right? Joshua or something, I think. Isn't it
Yeah,
say rest in peace in there in the booklet? Like when you open it up, I think he died before the disc was even pressed. Yeah, let the blood, dude.
yeah, yeah,
That recently
yeah.
came out on vinyl a few years ago, and I was glad because that was another one. I was like, I would love to see Hell's Do It's. That album's great, dude. Fantastic.
And it's pretty funny because I never heard of this band before because this is not in a European or let alone a Dutch magazine with an interview, so you never heard of this kind of stuff. This was the band that everyone in the US underground death metal scene was talking about. Have you heard about? Oh, did you check out Infamy? And me every time
Oh,
like,
really? I
no,
didn't know
no,
that.
no.
I bought it.
And
I
then I
think I
heard it
bought it.
like, yeah, and then after you heard that like 15 to 20 times from guys in bands, like guys from Deicide Flash and this and that, Leviticity. Oh, Infamy. You got to check out Infamy. So that you automatically, the minute you saw the album, you bought it.
It's just funny
And
you say that because where I bought it though, but nobody said anything. You just, again, like as you know, dude, these kids don't understand, man. They're YouTubing anything, and at best, maybe they'll buy it then. Some don't even
yeah,
do
but
that.
this
Back in the
the
day,
funny
you
thing
flipped through
is,
shit and you kind of looked at it, you thought it was cool. You know where I bought my Infamy? It was in the distro bin of Deeds of Flesh. Remember they used to do, I don't remember, I don't know if they
mhm,
did it when they went overseas, but Deeds of Flesh always had a distro bin, unique leader,
yeah,
and if you bought three CDs, buy three get one free.
yeah,
And
always.
that's where I bought Infamy, was from their distro bin.
Yeah, we did the same when we toured with them. Because Eric asked us like, "Hey, we always do the three, buy four, pay three.
Yeah.
Do you want if you do because we were of course selling Feasting on Blood when we had that out. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, if you do it in our distro, then you make a little less money, but you sell way more, because it
Yeah.
works. And but yeah, I knew that Eric was doing that because when I met Eric in '97, they were playing Europe in Geleen in the Boerderij, and it was at his merch booth where I bought Purification Through Violence from Dying Fetus.
Mm-hmm.
He told me to go look up Non So Valve from Cryptopsy. So I really went
Yeah.
home remembering, oh, what was that band again? He mentioned Cryptopsy. Oh yeah, Non So Vile. That was, yeah, we had to remember that. We didn't have a pen to write it down.
Back then what I would have done in scenarios like that, if it was somebody's opinion like that I respected, is I would write it down. Like I would expect me to remember it.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
remember
like,
you do that. I would definitely write shit down. Like who? Like because you could just go on the
Yeah.
internet and look it up. There was no metal archives and shit at the time. It was you fucking wrote it down and you searched catalogs and stuff of who would have
Yeah,
stuff.
well, we went to the show with beer money and not even a pen, so I didn't write it down. I had to remember that fucking shit.
It's
No
funny, dude.
smartphone.
I don't know why, maybe from the school days to me managing the warehouse now, dude. At all times, look at this, man. I always have a couple pens on me. I got a Sharpie on me on my pen, and I always
Yeah,
have a razor blade on me too, because I'm slicing open boxes. Look at this. So I always got to make sure I remember to take it out of my pocket for going to a show, because if it's at the shitty ass Agora, so they pat you down. Well, number one, they're
yeah.
going to take it, which is not a big deal. They're not expensive, but they look at you like, what the fuck? Are you trying to start some shit? But I just always have it on me, because that's.
Okay, now I got one with a really controversial cover, man.
Uh,
This is also from Sweden, and this was something that you wouldn't expect to come from Sweden because it's so sick and brutal. You know this one.
yeah, Infernal Torment. I have that same CD, but I think I have a later pressing. Where's mine at? Yep. It's kind of like
Yeah,
the best way I can describe to people is a similar. It's got parts that remind me of very old, the good stuff, Cataclysm, like the first record.
yeah.
Like it's
Hmm.
chaotic and fucking just really brutal. But yeah, Infernal
Yeah.
Torment. Yeah, absolutely. I was late to the game on them, and this is a much later pressing. At least I think it's a later pressing.
So yeah, all the kiddos watching this, who think they have brutal music in their collection, but they never heard of Infernal Torment,
Yeah.
do your
No,
fucking
they don't.
homework now.
No, I'm telling you, they don't know, dude. I'm telling you, it's like mind blowing. But well, that's
Oh,
cool.
and
That's why
now,
they come over, get educated. But that's just why I laugh sometimes with some of the shit they bring up. I'm just like,
yeah.
it's just, it's all you can do is laugh. It's like, what the fuck?
Now, besides Mortician and Putrid Pile and Insidious the Creepancy, there's not a whole lot I like with a drum computer. And
Agree.
actually,
No,
there's also not a whole lot that I like from Dan Swano, except
ain't
except for these
best
three.
head, best Deicide worship ever, ever, ever.
And it's the best stuff that Dan Swano did, in my opinion.
1,000%, dude. Until you said it, I was the only person on this fucking planet that said that. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I want to interview Dan Swano and my brother Craig, the Crucified Mortals.
Uh-huh.
He used to do the Hellcast podcast for Hell's Headbangers, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I was first introduced to the public, because I went on it a few times. But anyways, he had set up. He did an interview through Zoom or whatever with Dan Swano, and he asked me, because he knew I knew more about it than him, because he's not a big death metal guy, questions to ask. And I told him to ask about Infest Dead, and Craig came back laughing. He's like, "Dude, it's funny when I brought that Infest Dead to him. He's like, he responded like almost like, you mean that fart I made? Why is anybody even asking me about this? Like he didn't rip on it, but
And,
he was like kind of like shocked anybody was gonna bring it up. Hell,
and
fuck
that's the
out,
best one.
dude. I literally have a T-shirt. I have that on picture disc and I have that on picture disc and T-shirt as well.
Yeah.
Like that smokes anything that came out in
Yeah.
2025. Smokes it. I don't even need to hear anything that came out in 2025 or heard all of it, and I know that beats it. There's no way anyone's putting out anything in 2025 that is better than Infested Healthblock. Impossible.
Then I think the best grind band from Holland, and actually the band that let me check out
Gotta be
Fusion.
a Hume. Decomposed. Fucking fantastic, dude. That album I wanted to do on vinyl for years, and finally it came out. Finally came out just last year on vinyl. Because
Badass band.
to be honest, the second one, I didn't love the second one. That first one is
That's the one. And the
that is
demos,
the
man.
one.
The demos are fucking gold. The demos are fucking gold. But
It's
I gotta
funny, I
say,
didn't hear those until recent times because they got put out.
oh man,
I said, yeah, but I didn't hear those until those came out on just whatever last year or 2 years ago. That's the first time I
yeah,
heard them.
I think the demos is actually the best stuff they made. But this album is sick as fuck. Joost on vocals, and Luke and Ben, they're still doing the band. With different people in it, but the bass player and the guitar player are still doing the band.
Huh?
And actually, the Ben, the guitar player, he has another band now where he's doing vocals, old school death metal band from the Crypt. Pretty sick stuff. Yeah. They
No,
just got an
I
album
remember
out
that.
like a few weeks ago. They got an album out. Yeah, but
Okay.
Inhume is a great band, man.
Now, do you know those guys personally, or you just met them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't live far from here. They're also from the south of the Netherlands.
Because they like, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. Maybe Maryland or something had them, but have they ever been to the states? I don't know them of two have ever been to the states.
I think so. I think so.
They might have done Maryland, but I mean, yeah, I've
I
never known them
know
to.
that. Yeah, I know that Joost also was in the band Clit Eater that they
Oh,
had later
I didn't
on.
realize that was him. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it's not all the guys, but Joost was in that band, and they've been to the States, I think. But I think I don't know if Inhume went to the States, to be honest. But anyway, do you know that the old drummer from Inhume is Roel, who was later playing for God Dethroned?
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, he was on the what's oh man, what are those names of the albums?
Passchendaele, maybe, or World
No, the second and
Ablaze.
third God Dethroned, the great ones.
Oh, Christ Hunt and Grand Grimoire
Yeah, Grand Grimoire and all that stuff.
and
That's
Blood.
Roel.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, that's Roel from Inhume.
Yeah, those drums are blasting as fuck. Grand Grimoire and
And
Bloody Blasphemy.
last week God Dethroned did a reunion show with the old members. So they had Bave on bass guitar, Jens on guitar, and Roel on drums.
No shit.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're sticking that? Because that's another band. They're supposed to play Maryland Death Fest coming up, and I want to at least interview Henry. But if it's all the
Yeah.
original guys, I'd interview all of them, have them all sit there.
I don't know if they're gonna do it in that lineup, to be honest, but I haven't followed that or don't know that. But yeah, Henry's gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I knew that. Because he'd be the main guy I'd want to do at the time. Because it's, I mean, he is the
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy, man. Henry.
But you don't know him personally, like, right? You don't have his phone number or
Henry.
anything.
Yeah. We toured with Godly Throne for 6 weeks on the Vader
Oh well,
tour.
shit. Well, when we get closer to Maryland, I'll be hitting you up for his contact so I can set up an interview with him.
Oh yeah, I think I have Henry on Facebook and maybe also Instagram, but I'm not sure. But definitely on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait until it gets closer, make sure their visas get approved, etc. But that's a
Yeah.
big one because dude, I like God Dethroned. Actually, I like everything by them. Now, don't get me wrong, the last few and shit, I don't think they're as good, and they're a little bit more watered down. But I still bought them, and I like them. I think they're good albums.
Yeah, I don't have all of the albums.
I own every single one. Every single
I
one.
don't know what I don't know actually what the last one is. Let me check.
Last one is this the last one or second to last? This is the box set Illuminati. I think there's one. No, Judas Paradox or something is this last one. I have the LP downstairs. Where's Judas Paradox? Yeah, I think this is the last one,
Actually,
right?
the last original one that I have is
No, Judas
Into the
Paradox.
Realms of Hell.
So you have this box set one of this Illuminati. This is a later one, second to last one. But I
Okay.
know I think the last one, Judas Paradox. Yeah, here it is. No, what the fuck am I talking about? This is the last one. You see this, Seth?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
That's the last one. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I dug it.
there's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch I don't have actually.
Yeah, they got a bunch of albums now. There's a bunch of them. But I would
It's hard
say
to keep up.
I would say up to their album Ravenous. That's probably their best shit.
Yeah.
And then the album, I don't know if it's right after, it might be, but I could say maybe the layer of the white worm's really good too. This one, like, have you ever heard this one? Salt in Their Wounds, Rusty
Yeah,
Nails
the
is
Lair
on
of the White
here.
Worm. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is a
that's a
really
good
good
one.
record. Yeah, this is what year is this? 2004.
Yeah, and Ravenous was with Tony Laureano on drums.
Correct. And that guy's drumming is fucking insane.
Yeah. Another one that's insane. Check this one out. Do you know this band? I don't know if you can see it because the logo is kind of hard to see.
I can't. Yeah, it seems all black, but no, I don't. The little I can see, I don't think I know it. No.
This band is called Iniquity.
Why does this sound familiar? No, I don't.
I don't know if this makes it better.
I definitely don't recognize it. No.
Iniquity.
I could see it. It looks like a goddamn alien or something on the cover.
Yeah, kind of. And it's a really sick and technical band. But Yeah, I'm sure not a lot of people know it, but it's an EP. Has 4 songs. I think it's someone maybe Swedish or Danish, one of
Shit,
both,
Danish.
but it's definitely Scandinavian. But yeah, I played it this afternoon again, and it's sick stuff, but I can't tell you a lot about it, unfortunately.
Well, I'll
Oh,
show you.
here's a sick one. I can tell you some sick stuff about this band. Interval Bizarre.
Never heard of it.
Haha. They have a split with.
Uh, Malignancy. What? When they do a split? Oh, a 7-inch maybe?
Yeah, this is a split CD with
A split
Malignancy
CD
and
then.
Interval
Okay, because I've
Bizarre.
seen that Malignancy. Oh, maybe I just seen the cover. Maybe I've never actually seen that CD. But it's a split CD?
And huh?
That's a split disc?
Yeah, it's a split disc from Interval Bizarre and Malignancy.
Okay.
Frailty of the Human Condition.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Interval Bizarre is like super technical, brutal death metal from the Czech Republic. And the guitar player of this band is now also the organizer of the Brutal Assault Fest.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And the bass player of this band has the band Heaving Earth,
Okay.
which is more of an immolation kind of avant-garde kind of death metal band, but also really technical and super fucking sick, man.
Okay.
But yeah, great weed smokers as well. But
Great.
yeah, and they fit on a split with Malignancy perfectly. I mean, it goes in that style. But Interval Bizarre, if you like Malignancy and technical, fast, brutal stuff, see if you can grab
Nice. Yeah,
that
I
disc
never,
because
I never,
it's some
I
of
never,
this.
I never even heard of them.
Check it out, bro. Go to YouTube and check it out. It's really good.
That's
Then
crazy.
this,
How you can check anything out now with your fingertips. Like every one of these you shown, these kids can literally
yeah,
just pause, type it in on another.
yeah,
Literally type
yeah.
it in.
Open up another window.
Correct. That's
What
open up another
what is
window.
your favorite band? What is your favorite band from Japan?
As a whole, probably Sabat, but I don't like every release by them. I like the heavy metal band a lot, Metal Lucifer too, which was Gezal's side project. I do like everything by Metal Lucifer.
How about
Um,
death metal?
Butcher ABC, um, Vomit Remnants. Remember them? Were you there for the year they played Ohio Death Fest?
Yeah, I know the guys.
Yeah, there. I like
Kaisuke,
that.
the drummer.
I
Kaisuke
like
is my buddy, man.
that album's
Super,
great.
super nice
Uh,
guys.
who am I forgetting? Japan. Who am I
You're
forgetting?
forgetting these guys, the best one. Intestine Baalism.
The band everyone keeps busting my balls for. They keep asking me. Yeah, I never heard them to the channel, and I listened to them, and yeah, I thought it was good, but they were new to me. Testing
Yeah,
ballism, yeah, but yeah, I thought it was pretty damn good, but I never knew. I just knew I seen the name, and I always just
yeah,
assumed it was good, just random like gore grind again, like same old, same old.
no.
But it's not at all. No.
They got pretty long songs and it's really brutal. And then all of a sudden there's a lead where you think like, holy shit, where the hell did they get this from? Like really
Yeah.
intelligent leads and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty weird, but it's kind of unique. And it
Yeah.
was back in the day, it was on Repulse Records.
Repulse
But
records. Yeah.
I think an awesome band. But this is the only CD I have from them. I know they have another one, or maybe
They
a
have at
few
least
more.
two. They might even have three, but they have two for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Two, I'm
yeah, yeah.
100% positive because I researched them and I YouTubed them and shit. Because people were like making fun of me. What the fuck? He doesn't know. I'm like, I mean, I've heard of them, but what the fuck? I was like, I could probably name 1,000 things your dumbass don't know.
Yeah, and then the last one I got, because then I was actually kind of done picking shit out. I was like, okay, this is gonna fill up the time enough.
Well,
Yeah, and
yes,
this one,
that's the second album by Inverted, which actually
yeah,
I don't even own myself. It's on my want list,
yeah,
and
this is
that's
one of these albums that I bought. I don't know why, because there's a sleeping dragon on it. It's like, okay, it looks like,
no, but it's good. But this one's even better, Seth. This is their first album that we're doing on vinyl, and we're
yeah,
repressing this on CD. This
I
album
don't
is
have that one.
Dude, I absolutely love this fucking record. It's catchy
And
as
that's all.
shit. The vocals are similar, not identical, but similar to Hypocrisy. Um,
Uh-huh.
very, very, very. This is a very, very, very underrated and very good album, and hence
Yeah,
why it's been there's been a bootleg vinyl of it. I don't own it, but I think there's only 100 made. It's never officially been on vinyl. And this is a turd, dude. It's just got this one photo. I have
yeah,
extra photos that, again, I'm not even getting into it. There's no lyrics. They said they found the lyrics, but again, they haven't been contacting me again. But see this cover?
yeah.
They couldn't find the original piece. So what they did pull
Wow.
through on, and I do have it, since they couldn't find it, they contacted the original artists and had them
Uh-huh.
draw a replica, and it looks almost identical. They sent me that, and I do have that piece. But
Oh,
I can't
wow.
remember if I literally emailed our layout department yesterday and asked them, "Do you have the lyrics?" I remember they said that they found them. I can't remember if they sent them to me and I sent them. And then he sent me two photos that he took a fucking photo with this. I asked them, "Are you able to use these? Because they are pretty close up. Are you able to like zoom in on it, crop it, make them usable? If so, let's go use what we got and get this layout done." Because I was like, they don't reply to me no more.
Yeah. Okay.
So which is fucking sucks. But I want that extra materials because this CD is bare bones, dude. There's like nothing in it. It's more bare bones than to face creation.
By the way, you were talking about Hypocrisy, how much you liked that Osculum Obscenum. Hold on, I'm going to grab one more.
Okay,
I'm sure you don't know. Got to run back here.
to the archives. Charlie, what you doing, buddy? Your turn. Chitty. You good, buddy? Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. You gonna sit in the photo box? Yeah, big fat Billy. Big fat Charlie Billy. Mm. Charlie loves hanging out in the metal office, the collection room, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I need to. Hold on.
Is it all alphabetized?
I can't find it right now. I need to check my list real quick to see if I got the band name wrong because there's this band.
From Sweden as well?
It is from Sweden, but I'm oh okay. I don't have the original one.
Mm.
I got a copy, so I'm still looking for the original one. Yeah, you need to look that up on YouTube. It's a band called Sanctification, and it has Masse from Hypocrisy on vocals, and
Oh,
it's a newer
nice.
band. It came out in 2009, and he's not singing like he was in Dark Funeral. He's singing like he was on Osculum Obscenum.
His vocals are insane good.
Yeah, and this death metal is fucking sick as fuck. It
I'm
has a
definitely gonna
blast.
look into that because that was one thing I even asked. I think I asked it on camera when I interviewed Lord Aramon from Dark Funeral, like what that guy's up to. Because I've always
Yeah,
been curious. I'm like, because I loved him in Dark Funeral and I loved him in Hypocrisy. I thought he was
yeah.
fucking awesome.
And then he did the Sanctification. The album is called Black Rain, and Rain as in Reign.
Bring this up on the
And
archive, so I got it bookmarked.
and it came out in 2009.
Shit, and it's a full length.
It is a full length, yeah. And I thought I had the original, but apparently I don't. So I still need to look that up somewhere because that's a good one. That's also one of these albums that a lot of people never heard of.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, I found it.
But
Misanthropic
it's
Salvation. We have two albums, Black Rain and Misanthropic Salvation from 2004.
okay.
Vocals, it says Matthias Mohilen. Is that his real name?
No.
No, so it's a different guy on the first album. So that means he sings on. This logo does look somewhat familiar.
It should be Black Rain, the album, with a flag on it on a.
Yeah, it is. So Christopher Hell is what he goes by.
No, that should that then I'm completely misinformed if that's the case.
It says lineup Thomas Elf Marcus Edvers. What's his real name? Mossy?
Yeah, Massi Broberg.
Yeah, according to the archives, it doesn't. Let's go to let me, you know what? I'm gonna go on a dark funeral and go under his past bands if it says anything. Get to the goddamn bottom of this.
Yeah.
It says he was in a band called Dominion Caligula. Did a
Yeah.
did an album in 2000, A New Era Arises.
Hmm. I think I'm just misinformed then.
What nonetheless, that Sanctification's really good, you said?
It is. It is. I thought it was Massa. Weird.
Maybe because the names are similar. There's the Marcuses and all this other shit in this band. Marcus Edvardson on guitar, Christopher Hellis as bass vocals, and Tomas Elofsson on guitars. You know what? I'm going to put this in. Let's see if Hell's Headbangers ever had Sanctification in stock. I can verify it now. Hell, maybe we still do. In which case, I can put that right on the goddamn player when I get back in the shop. Let's see, because the name definitely looks familiar. So Seth, yeah, we had Black Rain in stock. Just to, let me see when the last time we had it in stock. So that means I literally pulled a Black Rain. You know, I'm like all the time, dude. So we got it first in 2013, and we had it in out. So the last time we sold one was back in 2017. That was the last time copy we sold.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off when I was the customer and I don't have it here. No.
might be. It's never know.
No.
Yeah, but we had that album in stock. So I told you, dude, like people don't understand, like, why don't you hear this or that? I was like, dude, if you walked in my moccasins for a fucking month and did what I did and handling all the pieces, you would find out within the first week, you'd be like, oh, it'd be impossible to listen to everything. Like actual physical format. Forget the goddamn even the tube. It'd be physically fucking impossible.
It is impossible. There's just too much stuff out there. And you know, I don't check out everything. And even when I have, some people say, yeah, but when you have the time, don't you? Yeah, but I'm not always in the mood, you know.
Correct. The people aren't saying that either. Exactly.
You know,
yeah, I know.
Sometimes I want to listen to old stuff that I know to relax, you know. And
1000%. That's why when people said, like, why do you charge for reviews? I'm like, because, dude, I was like, there's a lot of times stuff that's new that comes in the shop that I'm not in the mood to check out that I kind of want to check out. I want to listen to old stuff. I'm not in the mood. I was like, I'm not just going to check out and review everybody's band because they send it to me on the channels. Like, if you want that, if you want the shout out, and I understand the shout out is worth it because now you're getting some advertisement. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay for that, dude. I was like, I don't even care if that sounds dickheadish, but my own quality of life, I was like, it's impossible for me to listen to it all. It's to your benefit because again, a lot of it sucks too when they send it to you. Some of it's good. It's like I'm not gonna listen to all this, dude. I was like, you have to I have to charge for it. I was like, you don't understand. Like it's again, I don't care even how it looks. I was like, I'm not gonna sit there and explain it if you don't understand.
So, what did you want to ask about that guy you did a response video about?
The guy with so we'll end it. We'll end it with we'll end it with this. Get your take on it because I think shit. What do we got? We got to be going. Does he even say on this? We going on 3? Got to be going on 3 hours. What doesn't say the time? What time is it over there, Seth?
Almost 11:30.
Shit, fuck, it's late.
Not for me. I have a weekend, man.
Yeah. But yeah, this got to be a guy. We had to been on close to 3 hours, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a longie. Hopefully these fucking people, there's attention span will make it to the end. But I guess let's get your take on the well, you brought it up, and I did a video. Again, it'll go up. It'll definitely go up before this one. I guess it's a two-parter. your response. Basically, the Rip to Shreds band, they canceled the Master tour because Master played Metal Threat, and Metal
Yeah,
Threat affiliates themselves with those Nazi bands. So my
yeah.
two-part question is, number one, what do you think of that goddamn wimpification? And number two, what do you think of this cancel culture? I guess just cancel culture as a whole, but Nazi bands, etc. Like, what is your whole take on it in extreme metal music?
It's real simple, you know. I shit on every religion, including Jews.
Agreed? So far, we're on the same fucking page.
So if that makes me all of a sudden an anti-Semite or whatever, or you know, that's stupid. You know, the whole thing with racism, it's been talked about so much, and people who feel a victim of racism are the master champions of playing the victim the whole time. And everybody is turned afraid of the word racism. You know, ooh, racism. As long as you're not a racist, you can do whatever, you can say whatever, but as long as it's not racist. So,
Right.
but everyone is using it like 20 million times a day, just like the word fascist. So the word lost the weight. You know,
Correct.
it's empty words to me. To me, you know, racism and all that kind. You know, it's of course racism is bullshit. Of course, I'm not going to judge someone because of the skin of the color of his skin. You know, that's fucking obvious. You know, and if something is
Right.
fucking
That's
obvious,
right. Exactly.
yeah, if something is fucking obvious, I don't even want to discuss it. And there's a difference between racism, I think, and shitting on religion, because religion is a choice that people make. You're not born as a Jew, or you're not born a Christian, or born a Muslim. There's just some shit they talk about to you, and
Well,
then you
people
make a
argued. I
choice.
already seen in my comments box a few of these videos. They say they brought the blacks, which that makes sense. Okay, you can't control that, but they're saying the same for Jews. That's not just a religion; it's a race. I'm like, maybe there's something
No,
I don't fucking
not.
know, but can you can you
No,
can you fix?
it's not a race.
That's yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, since when? Like, I don't know what to be. I was like, they're just
No,
white people that
Jewish, you
follow a
know, a
fucking religion.
Jew.
What are you talking
That's
about?
the Jew is a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
has
know.
to do with fucking religion, and not more, not less. You know, race means Caucasian, Asian,
Right,
African. That's
right.
racist. You know,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
that
All right. Yeah, we're on the same page.
and there's mixed races right now because people
Yeah.
mix a lot, and that's all
Yeah.
fine by me. You know, I don't give a shit. You know, do whatever the
Same.
fuck you want.
Same.
And you know, we have in severe torture. We had a guy who was black, and if someone would, you know, bully him for being black, you know, uh, I would take it up for him, you know, of course, because that's bullshit. But I do the same when people would pick on me because I'm skinny, or when people pick on someone else because he has bad teeth, or when someone has glasses or red hair or is fat or whatever. You know, there's bullying all around.
Hmm.
And the thing is, all these victims of bullying, transgenders, gays, black people, even now white guys, you know, because they think that they are the minority and they can't say anything anymore. Everyone is just holding a contest, like who is the biggest victim here, you know? And
Pretty much. Yeah.
I piss on all of them, you know. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about any of them, you know. Don't be the fucking victim. That's also a choice, you
Hmm.
know. Uh, there's plenty of successful black people. There's plenty of successful Asian people, and I don't like bullying in any sense or form. You know, when you see someone who's Asian, you don't go say, "Hey, stupid Chinese" or whatever. That's also that's stupid stuff. It's not intelligent. You know. And if you want to hold an intelligent debate about religion, at least you can talk about arguments about stuff. You know, with race, it's useless because it has to do with pigment, with the you know, the color of your skin. It's, you know, to me it's
Well, did you?
obvious. And the whole canceling thing, you know, my take on that, you know, why is it okay? And you said it too in your video, you know, to sing "Kill the Christian" and all that kind of stuff, but someone has an opinion that somewhat goes against the left or woke opinion, you know, and I'm actually completely in the middle myself. You know, I don't
Yeah.
even think in left or right, because there's stuff the left says that I agree with, and there's
100%.
stuff
I
the
agree.
right says that I agree with. So
Right.
it's a mix, and I don't like the extreme. So I don't
Yeah.
like the extreme left, and I don't like the extreme right. You
I'm
know.
100% exactly the same. 100% exactly the same.
So the whole canceling thing, you can cancel all you want, you know, but it's not going to go away. And canceling a band because they play a festival where another band that is supposedly controversial, I think it was about Argolescent or some band like
Yeah,
that.
one of them. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. The funny thing, what I heard is that the dude who complained about that, the one that did the video, has a distro, and he's selling CDs of a band with ex-members of Argolescent. So it's also mixed up. On the other side, there's also a lot of bands that he probably doesn't know what their political preferences are.
Not
You
only
know,
that,
and
Seth, you want to see something funny? You want to see something funny right now about our Gauntlet? So this
yeah,
guy in Rip to Shreds, which I bet you any money, because he doesn't want to affiliate with Master because they affiliate him, right? He's in a
yeah,
Rip to Shreds, a death metal band. Pretty good possibility he likes Cannibal Corpse, right?
yeah.
You're gonna not affiliate with a Cannibal Corpse? Check this shit out. Chasey Boy sent me this. Dog sent me this. Stop affiliating with Cannibal Corpse. Corpse Grinder. Check out this shirt. Send me this photo. See what he's wearing?
Argolescent. Yeah,
Yepper, Rooney. He's like, looks like the Grinder's down with Argle Slint. Photo
yeah.
evidence, brah. So is it now cancel Cannibal Corpse, you fucking wimp? Dude, I'm
Yeah, but
telling you,
if
these fucking poser kiddo cancel culture fucking fags, they have no
yeah.
ideas. If you want to play that card, you're going to literally cancel your entire collection. They have
You
no
didn't see
idea.
the old you didn't see the old Centurion photos where I'm wearing the shirt that says if it's not death metal, it's gay.
I seen. I think there was that one, but didn't you have to say no fag black metal or something too?
Yeah,
I should like.
only facts listen to black metal.
I've seen that one. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah, and we were listening. Hey, we were listening to some black metal bands ourselves. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's, but man, it, people can't take a joke or just some
No.
you know some controversy. Why the fuck do you listen to metal? You know, and
No.
yeah, you know, if there's an album from a band with a lined up line of Jews waiting for the gas chamber, chances are pretty small that I'm gonna buy that album.
Mm-hmm.
But can a label sell that? Yeah, go ahead, man. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't harm
Well,
me.
I
It
see it.
doesn't bother me. You know.
Right. Yeah.
And
It's not saying.
the same with how serious is certain shit. You know. Well, let me tell you that all the Centurion shit that we wrote and that Rob wrote, all the lyrics, we take that shit seriously. So
Yeah. There you
when
go.
it comes,
Exactly.
yeah. So that's pretty controversial, and that goes against a lot of people in who follow the Christian beliefs, and I shit on them, and it's my good right to say that. And if people want to cancel that, go ahead and try, bitch. Not gonna
So
work.
I'm taking it because I'm pretty sure it's the one I said on that when I was standing up for Asheron, the fascist video that went up a few days ago.
Yeah,
You saw that one?
yeah.
So a lot of people like to call me out, although the comments seem to be pretty positive on that one. They like to call me out in the sense that they say I don't know what I'm talking about with dealing with fascism and hell, you can't even pronounce the word right. They say in that, whatever the case, right? And maybe they're all right. Maybe I don't know. Hell, I brought up the goddamn definition on Google right then and there, so we're on the same page. Getting another take, and I don't care what your opinion is, so you could tell me if I was right, wrong, but just to get another opinion based off my opinion of what I gave on that video. What would you say? Would you agree, disagree, somewhere in the middle? Like, what would you say? What
Well,
was your stance on the
I
whole
saw
thing?
I saw you looking up the definition with the checklist of 4 points to see if something was fascist. That's
Uh-huh.
not how. That's not really how it works.
Mm-hmm.
It has some elements, but the thing, the only, when you said it about one leader, yeah, I believe in one leader. No, you don't. Let me explain why. If you have one leader who, calls all the shots, you're in big trouble. And
Yeah, 100%.
actually, And actually, you're starting to get in big trouble in America because Trump is becoming more and more and more an authoritarian. I don't know the English word.
Authoritarian,
Authoritarian,
authoritarian.
authoritarian, and an autoritaire leader. And he's what Dying Fetus had on the album, "Destroy the Opposition." That's actually what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And in a democracy, or in a good society, at least what I consider what we live in now is the most civilized part that we've ever lived in. Looking at crime rates and how we live and our standards are and how we can work and make money and all that kind of stuff. And a good leader can only lead with good opposition and good reflection and open media. And especially the last one, when there's a independent, open media, which is also not the case in a lot of senses in the States, because everything is commercialized. And that's the same with the networks on TV. Fox News is completely Trump. Completely. And there's no independent channel that, brings the news in an independent way, according to journalist standards from back in the day. And I think that's a pretty concerning thing, because the moment where he starts sending certain judges away and replacing them with others, the same now with the shutdown, a lot of the people that work for the government ain't coming back. And in some cases, that's good, of course, because it's always good to have less people working for the government and use that money for other stuff. But yeah, in other cases, it's not good. And when it's only one guy calling the shots, yeah, you can have a dictator situation like they have in China, like they have in North Korea, and it's far from that in the States. But in these countries, a lot of these countries where they have one authoritarian leader, also like Turkey, freedom of speech is the first thing that dies.
Yeah.
And also social media and all that kind of stuff. Look at Turkey, look at China, look at North Korea, there's a lot of countries where they can't say what we can say openly, freely, But then to come back to the thing, fascist, Vincent Crowley, nah, not really.
How well do you
Nah,
know? How well do you do or do not know Vincent?
not well. But I
Okay.
know from what I see, I can see enough to know that fascists are different kind of people with different beliefs, and they speak in a completely different way.
So what does it take? Basically, from maybe you went and watched that guy's video that I was calling out. I don't remember his channel, or you just overheard his opinion.
I
Either
heard
way,
it a
which
little bit. I didn't watch the video, but I saw a lot of the controversy coming by on Facebook and people bitching about it and blah blah blah. And the only thing I can think of is don't give it that much attention. Well, you kind of have to, because it's the same with when Trump says something dumb, you don't want to respond, but you kind of have to, because you don't want to normalize the fact that something says stupid shit. And the
yeah.
same with canceling Master. What if Sinister would still be on the tour? Would they have been canceled as well?
Yeah,
Because
exactly. That's what I.
because
Do you just go down the list, cancel everybody that now associated with it? Doesn't even make sense.
it doesn't make sense. So everyone who played the Metal Threat Fest should be canceled now because there was one or two shady bands, or
Right.
with a band
I know.
member that. Where does it end? It
Correct.
doesn't. When it's a metal band and they have fans and there's a demand for them to play, well, let them play. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I don't see the problem. And yeah, so I think these people bringing this up and actually making the effort to make videos to ask to boycott or cancel a band, yeah, and then Master, come on, man. Master has always been one of the bands that were critical against the American government and against totalitarian and military regimes and all that kind of stuff. If there's one band not fascist, it's Master.
Right. And they're around before this fucking guy was even born. Like literally.
Yeah, yeah, it's stupid, and I don't think Paul minds this whole bullshit. There's no Master fans are gonna burn their CDs now.
No, no, no. No, I think it just looked bad for the Rip to Shreds band. Like, I think it hurt his reputation more than it did Masters. If I had to bet money
Oh,
on it, it would be
definitely.
the other way around.
100%. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not smart to say things like that. But on the other hand, what use is it to pull the racism card every time? So what's the next thing? What if no one is racist anymore? And well, not that a lot of people are, because most people that I know are just completely relaxed and not racist. And
Right.
uh, uh, I've never seen people doing Hitler waves at shows and all that kind of stuff. So and it's quite some years that I do this now, so you know, I don't really see a lot of it. What I Yeah, there's a lot of other kind of bullying that I see a lot more. There's still a lot of people that have been called fat or this or that.
Mhm.
In my opinion, it's bullying. And it's not about who's the biggest victim or who's being the victim the most. And yeah, one day it's them, then it's them, then it's them. To me, it's all the same bullshit.
Agreed. Well, on that note, Seth, that's probably a good starting point. I think we got a lot of shit talked about. This probably might be our
Yeah.
longest episode, I think. And hell, we made it to the end. Did you see the last episode? I posted it with the dead silence, and it's just sitting there. It just says Seth. Dude, there's so many people that left in the comments. They're like, "That's fucking gold." The dog. He just the last 10 minutes. It's just black Seth.
Yeah.
It's just nothing even there. He's like, he just posts it. I'm like, dude. I could have figured. I was just glad it kept like that. We got the video that recorded. I'm like, hey, it was obvious. Video's over. You can leave. But even that, like, just the rawness, people liked because they're laughing. They're like, dude, that was so goddamn funny.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to make sure to hit the right button this time. But yeah, for the next one, I'm gonna make sure that I continue picking out some gems.
From
So we
well,
get
pick up from letter I. The last band you did was inverted, so pick up from there.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, and I'll text you whenever we're gonna do the next one. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
So
sounds good. All right, Seth, was good
yeah,
talking to you, and yeah, everyone leave in
likewise.
the comments if you want to see some more Death by Seth because this was number goddamn 3. So put it in
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah, bro.
I
Till
say
next time,
later.
everyone.
Yep.
Later.
Dog's got to take a piss behind a goddamn fire hydrant now. But later, goddamn it.
Later.